bet there'll be people in the live comments who aren't very happy, I would say. Hello and welcome to the United Stand. It is Arsenal versus Manchester United in the FA Cup, and what we predicted is totally and utterly out of the window. Do not look at that team on my right hand side because it's nothing like it. We need to see what the Arsenal team is, but there is a big difference to the United team. Definitely not our best 11. We are definitely not putting our best 11 out. We are using the squad. We're utilising the squad. And you know what? I did start to think that yesterday that would be the case when David De Gea didn't travel. I thought, whoa, we ain't going for this. And look, the rights or wrongs of that we can digest as the game goes on and when the game is over. What I would say is worst front three ever, says Red Baron. There's no Rashford, there's no Martial. And what I would also say is, if we do manage to beat Arsenal with Lukaku and Romero and Alexis Sanchez, then the banter is going to be well and truly real. The starting lineup for Manchester United, as I read out to you now, is Romero in goal, Ashley Young captain, Lindelof and Bailly, which I'm pleased with, and Luke Shaw. So I'm happy with the back four. Romero, you know, a lot of people like him. And the Herrera, Matic and Pogba. So he's gone with the first choice midfield three. Up to that point, I'm like, yeah, I can deal with it. And then the front three is amazing. It's Lingard, Lukaku and Alexis Sanchez. I mean, no Rashford, he's on the bench. No Martial, he's on the bench. With Mata, Dalot, Jones and Fred. So it's a strong team, but it's certainly not Manchester United's strongest team. The team is disappointing, says Jack Coleman. I think the team is strong. I think the game will be won in the midfield. And I think that Lukaku and Sanchez getting a chance is because they earn so much money at our football club that he feels he's got to give them game time. When we look at Arsenal, they are strong. They are strong. Okay, so they've got Petr Cech in goal, which is a change, obviously, in Lennon. But they've got Maitland-Niles, Socrates, Koscielny, Kolasinac. So that's pretty much their best back four. Torreira, Xhaka and Iwobi and Ramsey, pretty much their best midfield. Aubameyang and Lacazette. So Arsenal have pretty much put their best team out. And we, for whatever reason, have not. Now, I'm sure that I can sort of just say, I mean, Katorga HD says the team is fine. Have faith in your players. I think there is an element of that. You've got to hold off on it. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and he knows why he's not picked his strongest team. I would say the team is out, Bevier. I've just read it off the Manchester United official Twitter account, so sit down with that. But what I would say is that I'm pretty sure Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will say, well, Romero's an international goalkeeper, Lukaku and Sanchez, you know, who's to say they're not my first choice players. So Red Baron says Martial would mess up that left back position. Lukaku is a lost cause. I hope he proves me wrong. I hate losing to Arsenal. Their fans are worse than Liverpool's. Look, whatever we think about Lukaku, whatever we think about Alexis Sanchez, they better fucking turn up tonight because they're wearing a Manchester United shirt. Quite rightly, like Red Baron said, they better bloody turn up tonight because this matters, this game. This is Arsenal away, and if they beat us, we won't hear the end of it. So they better bloody turn up tonight. I'll applaud them if they play well, but if they play a load of shit, they can piss off. They better turn up tonight. They better turn up tonight because it's an important game. I am not conceding this game because we've not put our best team out. This is a game that we should go and win. And we have got a bigger, better squad than Arsenal, and they have still put their best team out. So we better go and bloody win tonight. The lineup is not out, says Umar. The lineup is out. I'm reading it off the bloody Manchester United Twitter page. So it is out. It's Mourinho's front three, says Emmanuel Geshen. Well, that matters maybe, but look, I'm not gonna give up on United. I think it would be pure banter. If we can beat them with Sanchez and Lukaku, it would be hilarious. If going to Arsenal, I think it's a clever move by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, by the way. To play Alexis Sanchez is quite a clever move in one way because it exposes Alexis Sanchez to a very, very, very difficult situation going to the club where he signed a year ago. And he goes there and he has been a complete flop. So if you can't motivate him and get a good performance out of him in a game like this, then you never are. So I think Solskjaer's used that cleverly. Lukaku, does Lukaku deserve to start? I don't know. I think from the high levels at Manchester United, there is a demand that Lukaku does get game time because we've spent so much money on him. And I think in some ways Solskjaer does have his hands tied there, but then again, he is the manager and he can pick whatever team he likes. I'm just changing the lineup for you so you get the correct one on the screen, because that one is always my predicted one. So we've got Lukaku up front, as we know. Let me just add him in there. Lukaku. We got Sanchez. I mean, what I would say is, and I did say this, so you know I've said it, is we never, ever, 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 ever see Sanchez playing on the right. Yet again, it's another game where we won't see Alexis Sanchez playing on the right. And I tell you what concerns me is, and I'll demonstrate it to you in a moment. You know it all anyway. When we play Alexis Sanchez with Paul Pogba, it normally nullifies Paul Pogba's game because he wants to wander into the area that Paul Pogba wants to wander into. So I hope that doesn't happen tonight. But you know, is it the team I wanted to see? No. Is it the team you wanted to see? No. But they're still internationals, most of these players. Eric Bailly is an international. Romero is an international. Lukaku is an international. And so is Alexis Sanchez. In fact, you know what? If you are moaning, effectively, you're moaning because we are playing the best paid player in the Premier League and one of the best scorers in the Premier League over the last few years. So, you know, you can look at it like that as well. But the team I'm just about to put up for you again, because my predicted lineup was way off this time. Let me just get it on the screen for you. Media file. Come on. We've got people waiting. There it is. La. So there's your team. It's on your right hand side. You've got Romero in goal. You've got Young. You've got Lindelof. You've got Bailly. You've got Luke Shaw, Matic, Herrera, and Pogba. So we've gone with our strongest midfield three, and you've got Lingard, Rashford, and Martial. But as I've said many a time before, and if I can get this over here, I will show you. Ooh, the wonders of live TV. There it is. Okay, so Sanchez likes to come into this area here. I don't want. Why is it a blue pad? I want a yellow pad. Don't give me a bloody blue pad. Give me a yellow pen. It shouldn't be blue. There we go. There we go. That's working. Okay, so Sanchez wants to come into this area here, which is also the area that Paul Pogba wants to come into. Whereas if you play Martial, he'll occupy that area and then Pogba can occupy that area. So that is something that worries me. I don't like Alexis Sanchez on the left-hand side of our team, and I think it stunts Paul Pogba. Gold, peace, prosperity. Mark, who's going to wear the pink boots? In other words, who do you think will be the target of your rage in case we do a lolly? Well, that's a good positive thing. That is a good positive thing. Wilf says, why is Professor Pinball, aka Tony Timberlands, playing? His first touch is Arsenal's greatest advantage. Let's wait till the game. And Stephen says, if this doesn't work, I feel we'll look back at the team changes as the moment Ollie's chances dies. Shouldn't change a winning run. Just hope it works. I agree with you, Stephen. And you know what I also would say as well? I feel that that if I said this before, I think that if we were going to rest players, we should have rested them against Burnley. Burnley are comfortably, and not just against us, Burnley are comfortably the crappiest team in the Premier League, and we're playing them at home on Tuesday. The tougher game is Arsenal tonight. I know people can say, well, it's only the FA Cup, it's not 3 league points, but I do think that momentum is really important. And if we were to suffer a bad loss tonight, then we lose our winning run, don't we? So I think that I would have played the strong team tonight, and I would have played Lukaku and Sanchez at home to Burnley. I don't know why we've put them out tonight. I would have played them against Burnley. Romero I can understand because he's the goalkeeper in the Cup, although I would much rather have seen David De Gea. But I would have played Lukaku and Sanchez against Burnley because they'll get the chances in that game against this team. And I must repeat, Arsenal have picked their strongest team. Apart from Petr Cech, it's their strongest team they can pick. They've got Xhaka, they've got Torreira, they've got Aubameyang, they've got the French Charlie Austin, they've got the Bosnian Darmian at left back. They've got their strongest team out, and we haven't. That is the facts. Dennis Sisko says, let's hope we win. Come on, guys. It's only Arsenal. And by the way, Mark, it's a 4-3-1-2, not a 4-3-3. Could be interesting. Yeah, well, we'll see about that. We'll see about that. We'll see about that, Dennis Zisco. And anyway, I never listen to formation predictions until the game kicks off because I don't. Why do you ignore my super chats? No love for you, mate. For your mates, says Pradnia. I haven't ignored anything, mate. It might have skipped through. If it did, I apologise about that. Lukaku is not a better striker. We should rest players against Burnley, not Arsenal. Why? Says Cozzy. Basically repeating what I've said. But you know what? I want to keep a bit of positivity here. Please do subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're very close to 355,000 subscribers. You can do that on the bottom right-hand corner. I'm going to keep the positivity running because Ollie has won his last 8 games. Arsenal are beatable and we are not beat yet. And I refuse to go negative on things at the moment. You know, we've got a positive thing going on. He's got to, he said it. I said this the other day. He warned everybody that he was going to play Lukaku and Sanchez. And Ollie obviously thinks that it's worth playing them in the cup because the league is more important. And can you argue with that? Agochiku Patrick Oswi says, Ollie needs to distribute game time and keep the squad happy. Let's support Ollie and see what happens. There is no need to panic. Basically what I've said again. So there is a lot of people thinking that same thing. The Arsenal team news, for people who want to know, Amit, it's Petr Cech in goal, Maitland-Niles, Socrates, Koscielny, the Bosnian Darmian, Kolasinac, Torreira, Xhaka, Ramsey, Iwobi, Lacazette and Aubameyang. So it effectively is their strongest team. And that's the message, isn't it? The message is clear. The message is clear that Ollie hasn't picked his strongest team and Arsenal have. And I don't agree with it. But I support it because I support this manager. Ding, 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 diddle, ding, ding, ding. I'm still very excited, though. I mean, look, at the end of the day, yeah, we're dropping Rashford and Martial, and we are dropping them. I don't agree with resting. You've dropped them. We have dropped them, but you've still got players there that could cause an issue. Adrian Gochia says, looking back at other games, when Ollie brings on Lukaku and Sanchez, United slow down and start conceding chances. Maybe he has them on the bench to inject some energy in the game at 60 minutes. Thank you, Adrian. And I think that you've just made a very, very, very valuable point there. We have got Martial and Rashford on the bench, and if we use them with half an hour to go, if the game is tight, they're a real asset. Whereas Arsenal's bench, I mean, I haven't even had a look at it. Let's have a look at Arsenal's bench. Leno, Mustafi, Monreal, Lichtsteiner, Elneny, Guendouzi and Ozil. So there is no injection of pace in Arsenal's bench. So that's a good point. Very well done. You won't be saying about distributions the game time to everyone when Lukaku's first touch ends up in your face. Laugh out loud, says Red Baron. And Pradnia Wadki says that Lukaku and Sanchez, after a long lack of form, don't make sense in an FA Cup game away at Emirates when you've a proven front three that already scored goals. Well, thanks for that. Ross, you're there? How you doing, pal?
Yeah, good, mate. How are you?
I'm good. Give us your thoughts on the team news.
I did know what. I was quite surprised when I saw it. I wanted Sanchez to play. I really didn't expect it. Didn't want Lukaku to play, but again, didn't expect it. And I didn't expect Jesse Lingard to start today either. But it's happened. Not going to criticise because I just can't criticise Ollie at the minute. Again, I think that this is, I know it's not our best team, but on paper it is. Which seems strange to say. Maybe Martial for Lingard, but. Yeah, I think it's more than enough to beat this Arsenal team, which I do think is overhyped at the minute. And I think if you read into the result at Chelsea last weekend, Chelsea really could have won that game. They had 3 glaring opportunities and they missed them all. If they give United the same amount of opportunities they give Chelsea last week, we will beat them tonight.
Yeah, look, I think there is a lot of people concerned about this game, but what I want to say is that it's still, if we can give Lukaku chances in the box, he'll score goals. I mean, I think people forget that about Lukaku. His build-up play is terrible, and if our plan today is knock the ball into him with his back to goal 40 yards away from goal, it's probably not going to be very successful. But if we can find chances for Lukaku in the box, no matter what people think about him, and I don't really rate him as a top 4 striker, he will score goals. In relation to Alexis Sanchez, if he can't turn up at the ground where they're going to slate him and boo him, he's never going to turn up, is he?
No, he isn't. I do feel a little bit sorry for Sanchez, only a tiny bit, because I would like to have seen him play with Rashford. So I think Rashford's general hold-up play, build-up play, and his movability up the top means Sanchez will get into a lot better positions playing with Rashford. Lukaku just sits in that middle position and holds it. So wherever Sanchez is playing, he'll have to stay in that position, which is a little bit frustrating. But he has got to turn up tonight, you're right. I still love him, and I think he's still one of our best players. It's up to Ollie now to do what Jose couldn't, in which is get the best out of him. And hopefully we see that tonight, because, boys, he got something to prove.
Yeah. Red Baron says, does Mad Marcus run a fake taxi company by any chance?
He does. He does.
So yeah, we've got the team news in. Has it changed your feelings on which way this game's going to go? Because we were messaging each other earlier. I was saying I was quite nervous, and Ross was saying, no, I'm confident we can win it.
No, yeah, I'm still confident we can win it. I really, really don't rate this Arsenal team. I think United are going into this with all the form. I actually quite like the change in personnel. It isn't playing a weakened team apart from the goalkeeper. It's freshening it up for an FA Cup tie, which maybe it needed it. And it also, it'll give Rashford a new lease of life for next weekend, because you can burn players out, keep playing them consecutively 90 minutes. I like it. And I am confident. I think, again, this 11 is much better than Arsenal's 11 for me.
It is interesting, though. I mean, I did just tweet it out of my account, and I didn't tweet it out for any reason to be obnoxious or anything like that. The bold fact is, and I want to get your opinions on it, is that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has not put his strongest team out, and Arsenal have. What do you think? Do you think it's just about giving people a game? Or do you think he's actually thinking, what, FA Cup might be a bit of a hindrance, not that fussed, it's about the top four?
No, I honestly think he wants to win the FA Cup. And I think that this is not, he hasn't changed it. The thing is, the fact that De Gea's not playing, that's what's making us move towards weakened team. But forget De Gea, this is still a very good team. And you could argue it's one of our best teams, they're just not in form. But we don't know what we're seeing in training. He hasn't really given them a fair run out. This is not a weakened team for me, apart from the goalkeeper. It's just different personnel. They've all got their unique qualities. And I think he's putting a team out tonight to win this game, categorically win this game. The only one that I'm upset with, and I did see you tweeting about it yesterday, is Romero for De Gea, because there's such a gulf in quality between them. And one of them's a match winner, and one of them can cost you a match. And personally, I really don't agree with this. He's the best, backup keeper in the world. I really don't rate Romero, and he scares me when he's in goal.
You know what, I do agree with you there, but I think we are in the minority, so I've got to respect Romero, because I know that a lot of people in the live comments do, and that's what United stands all about. We've got to be even-handed, but I do agree with you. I don't... And also, look, even if Romero is the best bloody backup keeper in the world, I think you've hit the nail on the head. This is why I was worried yesterday, because if De Gea is in goal tonight, my confidence levels are up. And that's proven over 5 years. How many games has he won us just by being between the sticks? And that's no disrespect to Romero, but it's like having a bloody Mini in your garage, or having a brand spanking new Ferrari. There's a world of difference. So, Amar50X says Board thinks top four matters more than the FA Cup, so Ollie has to prioritise it and rest players here. Not what we want, but best way to get in the job. Good point. And Ricky916 says Rashford is a super sub today, and scoring the game winner in extra time reminds you of anyone. I think that's a great point as well, Ross. We do have Martial and Rashford on the bench, and I think Lukaku and Sanchez off the bench have always sort of slowed us down, as someone was saying before. With those two coming off the bench, if we're still in the game, we've got a better bench than Arsenal, who, all right, they've got Ozil on there, but they've got no explosive pace. I think Arsenal need to win this, early on, because the longer it goes on, I think United, if it's like 1-1 after 70 minutes and Lukaku's playing shit, we can bring Rashford on and potentially win it. So, I think it's... And also, all right, we haven't got Romero, but we haven't got Phil Jones. And I know you're not a big fan of Eric Bailly, but I think Jones makes more mistakes than Bailly. That back four does, to me, look quite solid. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of either of them, to be honest. I just think we need to strengthen it. No, I don't have an agenda against Bailly, and good luck to him tonight. And do you know what? I can see him playing well against Arsenal, to be honest. But yeah, he scares me as well. There's always a penalty in there somewhere. But again, I think this team's good enough to go out and beat Arsenal today. And it may add to it a little bit. It may add to the bit of Twitter banter that we can have with these Arsenal fans. Because if we do beat them today, we can brag that we beat them with our B team.
There is no extra time. It's not a penalty shootout either. It's a replay. It's only in the 5th round that you start getting solve it on the night. So there's no extra time. It would be a replay. So I don't think either team would want that, Ross.
No, which, do you know what? All aside, I'm looking forward to this game because it's a proper cup tie between two proper teams here with proper history on a Friday night. And I know it's not great for the fans it being on a Friday night, but I'm so excited to watch this game of football. Just all-round excitement. And the fact that both of these clubs will desperately not want a replay. You could argue that some clubs will want to lose rather than a replay. So I think that, all clubs are going to go guns blazing on this one. I think we should hopefully be in for a really thrilling game of football, which is what I'm more excited about, because regardless of results, I know that I'm going to get a really entertaining game of football under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and that is so nice to say and nice to watch.
Yeah, it is. I mean, look, the very, very, very soon we've got the European Cup kicking back in. Arsenal have got Emmerdale Cup kicking back in, which is Thursday, Sunday. That's not very easy for them or for anybody. So that's a problem for them. Of course it is. And I think that from our point of view, we have got, and I know people, probably don't feel it like now. Dan O'Keefe just says, "Come on, Goldbridge, solid team on paper." Look, I've actually, if you've been here from the last 20 minutes, I've refused to be negative about the team. It's not our strongest team, and it's not the team I would pick. And I think you'd agree with that, Ross. But I don't think either of us are overly negative. I think at full time, if we lose, I probably would sit there and go, I wish we'd played the team I would play. But he has got this problem that he's got the best paid player in the Premier League. He's got to play him at some point. And he's got Lukaku, who cost us 90 million quid. He's got to play him at some point. And this is probably I know it sounds stupid, but this is probably our most playable game for them to play, because we've got Champions League and Premier League. If you're going to play him in any game, you're going to do it in the FA Cup.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've got to keep these players interested as well, because there's going to be times when we're going to need to call on them. You want them fit, sharp and ready. It's intriguing tonight. Yeah, it isn't the team that I would have picked, but I would have played Sanchez and I would have dropped Lingard if I had my decision. But it's going to be intriguing. It should be good to watch Lukaku for a whole game, see if he has improved his hold-up play in the last 4 days. But and Sanchez as well. Against his old club, there's a headline there waiting to go out. All the press will have already written it out, and they're just waiting to push the button on it, which is Sanchez scoring against his old club. So, by God, do I hope it happens. But like I said earlier, I do worry for Sanchez, because I just think he'd play better with Rashford. I think Rashford doesn't just do what he does. He improves players around him as well, because they have a certain, faith and ability in him that they know he's going to be able to hold the ball up, which then it makes you want to play it into the striker, where you get this apprehension with Lukaku on doing it.
Greatness says, "I'm just glad that Bay's playing." I am as well. Phil Jones really did worry me, and I think Lacazette and Aubameyang are so mobile, whether you like Bay or not. And obviously Ross is a bit worried about him. He is quicker than Phil Jones, and I think that's very important. And he's more physical than Phil Jones, which I think we missed over the last few games, especially against Spurs. We've got somebody who's actually combative in the air, so I like the look of that. Just talking, look, if I was talking about this down at the Emirates with Robbie, and I said, look, I fancy us to soak up a lot of pressure and hurt you on the break with pace. Because I could see, like when we beat them at the Emirates last season, when we hit them on the break clinically, Pogba driving forward with Lingard and Martial, and I think it was Lukaku that day. But I look at this team and I think, I don't see that pace to hurt them on the break. Sanchez just looks a bit... He is quick, but he always wants to cut back. Lukaku doesn't look quick this season. And Lingard, well, he can't do it all on his own. But what I really worry about is how Pogba's going to do his driving runs when we know that Pogba and Sanchez want to occupy the same space. I think Sanchez has got to hog the touchline today, because if he doesn't, he might have a bad game, but he might also ruin Pogba's game because Pogba's been doing so well, having that freedom ahead of him. But we know that Sanchez wants to wander in. It's that old thing again. I don't know why we can't just play Sanchez on the right.
Yeah, absolutely. Which is, again, why I keep saying it. I wouldn't have played Jesse Lingard today because, again, we're putting Sanchez out on the left. And it doesn't just not work. It won't work in our strongest 11. But that Pogba driving forward out from the defence must be the most frightening sight in the Premier League for other teams because he always picks the pass, he always picks the right pass, and if he doesn't, he just carries on running. I mean, he's almost unstoppable, and it's such a sight to behold. And although I do agree with you, there's no pace in the front three to a point, that counter-attack starts from the midfield. They have to bring the ball out quickly and deliver the ball to the strikers, and that's been what Pogba's been doing over the last 6-7 games. That running out with the ball and the options just open up for him. But you're right, Sanchez has got to be up there, not coming back. But that's, again, is that Jose Mourinho? You know, it didn't seem like, I don't think he was intentionally telling the players to do these things that were wrong. I just don't think they had a lot of direction from him. And I can absolutely imagine that Solskjaer has been pinpoint with what he wants his players to do today. And hopefully they can deliver for him. We've seen the improvement in Matic. I mean, I was asked a question today, Mark, about, I basically spent the last 18 months saying that I didn't want Herrera anywhere near my club. Now all of a sudden I love him again. I mean, the improvement with the players is unbelievable. And if we can get that out of these Sanchez's, even Lukaku, we're on to a winner.
I'll tell you what, there's a funny thing as well, because it's, you know, Matic obviously didn't want Mourinho to get sacked, but it's ironic that he's playing the best football he's ever played in a United shirt under the replacement manager. Sebastian Anderson says, what happens if we draw? Will there be a rematch at Old Trafford? Yes, there will. There's no extra time. But yeah, so that's quite interesting. And the other thing that's quite interesting is that Lukaku, Sanchez and Lingard were actually Mourinho's front three. And they frustrated the life out of us. So how funny would it be if Ollie gets the best out of them? And on top of that, we all want to beat Arsenal tonight. But how funny will it be if we do beat Arsenal with Lukaku and Sanchez? They'll be dead. They'll be absolutely bantered if that happens. So Arsenal fans, I think their arses will be going like a rabbit's nose. It'll be twitching. Because if Sanchez scores and they knocks us out, or Lukaku scores a couple and knocks them out, we can quite rightly sit there and say, we knocked you out with our banter forwards. So it's exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, you know, we call them banter forwards, and we'll do that to slander the Arsenal fans, but they're not. I mean, there's some world-class talent there. They just haven't been playing like it. So they've got a lot to worry about. And like you say, I'd love to see Lukaku get a couple today. And I think that Solskjaer will have the biggest headache in the Premier League if they do. If all them three play well, how do you pick week in, week out from Lukaku, Rashford, Martial, Lingard, Sanchez? That's the headache we all thought we were going to get when we signed these players. We all thought this was going to be a ferocious forward line, and we never got it. So I'm really hoping these players deliver today to give Solskjaer that headache, because what a headache it is to have.
Definitely. We've got a super chat here from Karen Banzai saying Sanchez and Pogba to collide again on the left. Well, yeah, it's something we've spoken about a long time, and we'll just have to see. We'll have to see. Nervous we don't have David De Gea, says Ashwari. I want everybody to score, says Pauline Garcia. And Dude for 20 Rocks says Lukaku and Sanchez are supposedly starting a front two with Lingard just behind them, according to MUTV. Love your shows, Mark, and keep up the good work. Yeah, have you got any thoughts on that, Ross? I did mean to ask you. Apparently we're going to play like a 4-3-1-2, which, you know, the natural width then has got to come from the fullbacks, I suppose. And on top of that, if Lingard's central with two people in front of him, Pogba might have to have a very disciplined performance anyway. It'll be a different formation from what we're used to.
Yeah, I like the two up front, but I think that three, it needs to become a diamond, and you do need to get your wing backs forward. Again, if you're playing this counter-attacking football, that works. I like the thought of Lukaku can't play up front on his own. I don't think he's good enough for it, to be honest. I think he's a great striker, but he needs support. And he got his best form at United when he had Martial right next to him, close, talented footballer that fed him all the time. Sanchez needs to be that guy for Lukaku today. So even if he is out on the wing, he needs to be out on the wing, but close to Lukaku in every chance he can get. and they can almost get the best out of each other. And I think that's the best way for them both moving forward in the United shirt. You know, they need to have this conversation and go out there and just hit them hard. And mate, I think you're dead right about Sanchez's pace. Sanchez has a great turn of pace for 10 metres, but seems to just burn out, like you're saying, want to turn back in. He's very quick and he's got a lot of acceleration. His outright pace, I don't think he's got it.
Yeah, no, I don't know where that comes from. I don't know where that comes from about Sanchez is quick, because I don't think he was ever quick. I think he was a good dribbler, but we've never seen that evidenced at United, and I don't think we ever will, actually, because I think he's obviously getting a bit older now. He's had a few injuries, but what Sanchez is he's still got that potential to hit the standards what we thought we bought a year ago, and I really hope that we do. I really hope that can happen. But if Sanchez doesn't turn up, that's the end. A lot of people are saying. I think that's right. Rash and Marcy. Oh, here we go. DT's anger management counsellor has made a contribution. He says, one thing I'm very annoyed about is how the FA Cup is not being taken as serious as it should be. This 11 should be playing against Burnley, not Arsenal. Well, I do agree with you on that, but we can't start having a debate about that, surely, Ross, because the FA Cup, this has been going on for a long time. You know, it does irritate some fans. And I suppose, look, the reality is, if you did a poll, 90% of the fans, or maybe even more, would say they prefer fourth place to winning the FA Cup. But the reality is, it's a trophyless season. Unfortunately, the FA Cup doesn't get you anything. That doesn't get you Champions League football. It's nice to win, and Chelsea won it last year, but I bet Chelsea would rather be without that FA Cup and in the Champions League this year than having the FA Cup and in the Emmerdale Cup. So that's the problem, isn't it? I think as fans, we look short term because, you know, we see Arsenal at the Emirates, we want to beat Arsenal, but in the bigger, longer picture, which the club has to look at and the manager, I know for a fact, as I'm sure you do, that Ollie will take fourth place over the FA Cup.
It was never the same when United pulled out of it. I think we killed the FA Cup as a club. The FA are 10 years behind always on what they should be doing. Take fourth place away, if you ask me, and put it in the FA Cup, and then you get the most competitive club cup again in world football. Exactly. Because wow, will all them teams. Imagine a championship team getting to the final of the FA Cup with a Champions League place at stake. It should happen, because you're absolutely right. There's no point. All right, you get a little bit of silverware. It's the same as winning the Carabao Cup. You don't get any financial gain as a club. You don't get any players in the summer that go, I really want to go to Leicester because they won the FA Cup. It's not a thing. You have to be in Champions League football if you want to get the big names. And it does mean so much more to the club, the manager, the board, and to a point the fans, because we all want to see our teams out on the Wednesday nights against the Paris Saint-Germains. That means more to me than winning an FA Cup. And that may sound horrible, but just look at last season when we lost. Did it really bother me? Not really.
I think you're spot on as well, because actually, I said this to Robbie the other day, if this was Burton at home tonight, I don't give a shit if he plays McTominay up front. I don't care, because it's Burton at home. The point of this is the fourth round of the FA Cup. Do you want to play your best team? Probably not. It's only because it's Arsenal. That's what it is for me. It's because it's nothing to do with the fourth round of the FA Cup. I don't really give a shit. Like I say, if it's Burton at home, it's because it's Arsenal. It's because if we lose, we know what's going to happen, and if we win, we know what we can do. That's what it's about, really, isn't it? It's not about the FA Cup. We can all romanticise about, we should be picking our strongest team, the good old days. The FA Cup used to be the biggest game. It's the only thing I can remember growing up. Every year, the FA Cup. It's not that anymore. But this is not about that to me. This is about Arsenal.
Yeah, but for me, the same as where the FA Cup died when Fergie pulled United out of it. The United-Arsenal rivalry died when we brought Van Persie, because then they were no longer on our level. And I know that we're competing for the same fourth place this season, but you just know that United are going to kick on, and Arsenal were just not that club anymore. And that's not me slandering Arsenal. I would love for them to be a powerhouse in world football again. I'd love it to be United and Arsenal at the top of the Premier League rather than City and Liverpool, because that just makes me feel sick. I just don't think they're there as a club, and I don't think they ever will be. And yeah, if you ask me, DT Goldbridge is a bigger rivalry than Arsenal United, mate.
Sharath Kamath Fitness says, good to see Herrera starting every single game. I tell you what, that's something we haven't discussed, finally. I did say, again, I'm quoting my preview a lot, but of course I will, because we spoke quite in depth. And I did say that I felt this game would be won and lost in the midfield. I think Torreira has been the signing of the summer. When you look at the failures of Fred, of Keita, I think Torreira has been absolutely fantastic for them. And they've, he has picked his strongest midfield. There is no, if McTominay had been playing today, I think I would have been worried. But he has gone with the strongest midfield we've got, which is Matic, Herrera and Pogba. So regardless of who the front three is, if you've got your strongest midfield, that's, to me, where the game's going to be won and lost. And we have put our best midfield out.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm hoping that McTominay thing is just to maybe sell him for more money. That's me clinging on to a little bit of hope. But he's never going to be any good for us going forward. Surely the club know that. They're not stupid. But yeah, no, look, mate, I watched your preview as well. And I saw, I found it quite funny to watch because you were trying to critique Solskjaer a little bit, which you have to do. You've always got to find the critiques. But the only critique you had was that he maybe substitutes his players a little bit late, which I think is brilliant because that's how well this manager is doing. That the only critique we've got.
Well, you know what? You make a good point because we should be critiquing him a hell of a lot more. Because if you listen to the critics, he failed at Cardiff. He's only managed in a pub league. All right, I accept that's probably true. At this stage, a month in, after and he's won 8 games, we should be saying, well, if he did this, if he did that, maybe he could be our manager. But at the moment, I literally can only say, I think he does subs a bit late. He's doing absolutely everything. He's doing way better than he should be. So yeah, it's great.
Absolutely, but then every game is a learning curve for him and also us fans because this is massive for him today. If he'd have played the same 11 and then lost the game, would have probably shrugged it off. He's under massive criticism today if he loses this game because of the amount of subs that he's made. So he's putting his neck out on the line, which I show a great deal of respect for, to be honest. He's picked this team. They've got to go out and win it for him. And if he pulls this off, it's another string to his bow, I tell you.
This hat that people keep going on about, it shouldn't really be coming out till the match reaction, so it may never come out. So I'm just showing it to everybody. It looks like a bloody riding hat. It is actually an NYC New Era cap, but it just looks like a riding hat on me. And I'm trying to just land it on the top so you get as much forehead as possible. But yeah, maybe we'll see it again soon. But give us your score predictions, Ross. Thug Life.
2-1, mate. 2-1 for United. And I do think it will go to 1-1.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with my 3-1. I'm going to stick with my 3-1. I think United will be clinical on the break. And I do think, look, I don't know what... I just want to get your final word on Lukaku because my feeling on Lukaku is, yes, he's not good enough for us if we want to win a title. I agree with everybody on that. I think his first touch is Sainsbury's car park. It's terrible. But he's proven over the last 4 or 5 years in the Premier League and in Europe and in international football that if you give him chances in the box, he will score them. So that's the job for the Manchester United team today. And Sanchez and Lukaku have linked up okay a couple of times where he came on as a sub. So, Lukaku could get the goals today.
Yeah, I think you're right in what you're saying. It's not good enough for us to win a title, but Rashford is. And you don't win titles with one striker. So this is why I'm intrigued to see him today. Because, yeah, you're right. For all the big games in the Premier League, Champions League, I don't want him playing. But second to that, you cannot have one striker. And I think as a backup to Rashford, or if Rashford's got a knock, Lukaku's a perfect alternative. Because you're not going to get players much better that are willing to sit on the bench. And I can guarantee you Lukaku will sit on the bench because he'll know what clubs he's got available for him to transfer to. And there ain't a lot of them. So I'm intrigued to see him today. I hope he performs well. I hope he bags a hat-trick. And then I hope he gets subbed again on the weekend.
Yeah. Rashford's got to come back in, hasn't he? Anyway, Ross, give us a shout-out to your Twitter. And thanks for coming on, pal.
Mate, I forgot it. I think
You've
it's
done some Solskjaer thing, haven't you?
Succulent Solskjaer. But, yeah, mate. Follow me if you want to.
All right, mate. Well, cheers for coming on. Really enjoyed it as usual. And I hope you're right with the score prediction. I'll speak to you soon, pal.
See you later. Cheers, mate. Bye.
Cheers, pal. Thanks for Ross coming on there. Always nice to do the team chat with him. It's good as well because he's not a massive fan of Eric Bailly, but I think we're stronger with Bailly than we are with Jones. Look, the team news is there. It's on my right. It's Romero in goal. It's Young. It's Lindelof. It's Bailly. It's Shaw. It's Matic, Herrera. It's Pogba. It's Lingard. It's Lukaku with Sanchez. I'm very excited. Sanchez and Lukaku have got to turn up. They've got to turn up. That's our strongest midfield. I think that back four is as good as it's been for a while. And Romero's not De Gea, but he's never going to be De Gea. So there are areas. I'm really excited I'll talk about that in a minute. Let's do some super chats. Hardeep Panel says the only way the board are going to give Ollie the job is if he gets top four and a good run in the Champions League. Seeing the changes made today shows Ollie is going all out for those two targets. Spot on. Red Baron, if you stick a penguin up front, eventually it will score. He's giving Lukaku a lot of shite. And Perblick says how many more straight wins are needed before that Beckham picture on your desk is replaced by a picture of Ollie. We'll have to speak to Draughty about that. And Imrano TV, to be honest, we all know De Gea isn't in top 5 in the world. He's helped out by Man United's brilliant defence. I think that's the biggest banter we've ever had. But please do subscribe to the channel if you're new. Bottom right-hand corner. We're going for 355,000 subscribers tonight, and we're only 93 away. So if you've not subscribed, you can click the icon in the bottom right-hand corner or the link in the video description. Get yourself subscribed to the channel. I'm very, very excited to see Luke Shaw tonight. This is sort of an ongoing debate within the United stand, sort of people that come on a lot, because Rance doesn't rate Luke Shaw. I do rate Luke Shaw. Flex is sort of on the fence as usual, getting splinters on his bum. So, I'm interested to see Luke Shaw in a big game as well. Dennis Burkamp, he must be an Arsenal fan, says, surely you can't banter as if you win with your B team. Alexi and Lukaku cost more than we've spent in our entire team in years. Look, mate, actually, that's not a bad point. But do you really think it's going to stand up if you lose? You know, no one's going to listen. It's not a bad point. Seriously, it's not a bad point to say that. But do you think anyone's going to literally stop and listen to you amongst their laughing if we beat you with Lukaku and Sanchez and you go, well, they've cost more than our old team? No one's going to listen. You will get bantered. It will happen. Although your point is in some way valid, no one's going to listen to it, are they really? It's like the same if we try and say, well, that wasn't our strongest team. No one's going to listen. And it is still you can flip it the other way. If we lose and we go, that wasn't our strongest team, you can say, yeah, but Sanchez and Lukaku cost more than our team. See, it works both ways, doesn't it? Virgil Haynes, it's not a good game to lose. That's the bottom line. Virgil Haynes, he says, how strong is this Arsenal team today? No pun. It's their strongest team. It's their strongest team for Arsenal, apart from Petr Cech is playing instead of Leno. Alexis Sanchez wasn't technically free, Sean. He wasn't technically free. He's the best paid player in the Premier League, and we swapped him for Mkhitaryan. There was no exchange of cash. So Mkhitaryan was... How much was Mkhitaryan worth? About 30 million. So we paid about 30 million for Sanchez, really. Sanchez would have been free in the summer. He still had 5 months left of his contract when we got him. Sanchez wasn't free. Somebody else has said it. He wasn't free. I believe the way Solskjaer is playing or setting the boys up ahead will deliver, says Serge. Yes, good. I don't rate Shaw. I'd play Rojo at left back, says Cornell. You'd have a problem because he's injured again. Look, the Emirates looks a little bit better with people outside of it, but it's dull. It's a dull stadium if you've never been. Outside, anyway. I'm worried about... Well, there's Paul. Bit of Aubameyang. I rate Aubameyang. A lot of Arsenal fans prefer the French Charlie Austin. I tell you what, if he scores, I'm going to get a bit of flack tonight. Burns says Sanchez was 30 million plus 25 million in wages, so he's very far from being free, is he? Apparently United are in serious talks with Varane, says Kadan. Oh, yeah, I've heard this for years. Never going to happen. Never going to happen. It's on the BBC in the UK. It's on BBC One. BBC One. How much? No, I've answered that. I want Sanchez on the right, says B. Yakov. Emirates is shit like Arsenal, says Ragul. Why is he not playing Delo, says Michael Shouts. Yeah, I don't know. Can't get enough of seeing that Giggsy goal from the 1990 semi-final against Arsenal, says Peter Doyle. Without doubt, the best FA Cup game I've ever seen. It was so good. So good. So good. To think that last minute penalty for Bergkamp, we would have been out and the treble would have gone. and we went on to win with 10 men. Because a lot of people forget that Roy Keane got sent off in that game quite early on as well. Why start Sanchez, who never kicks on at United, against his last club? Hope he's good at training, says Dean Kazabov. Dean, I've said this. I actually do think that if Alexis Sanchez cannot get motivated and put in a good performance today, he never can. I mean, if you can't be motivated, he's going to walk into the lion's den, effectively. He's going to get booed. He's going to get jeered. If you can't get motivated by that to prove people wrong, he never can get motivated. So I'm expecting a good performance, and I want to see Lukaku putting the ball in the back of the net. Alexi needs to stay out of Pogba's way, says King Cantona 14. 100%. Let's do the little yellow box here. That's the problem when Sanchez and Lukaku play. Sanchez and Pogba play. They both want that same area. Whereas if Martial plays or Rashford plays, they will hog the touchline, letting Pogba have that area exclusively. Sanchez doesn't do that. Let's hope he does today, because we don't want to nullify Pogba, who's been one of our better players recently. Good. Onyx says it's good that Lingard's playing. Millie Rock, yeah, I'm sure he's got a little dance ready. I don't really care. I don't care what dance he's got. I think Mickey would have thrived under Solskjaer, says I'm a plant. I think Mkhitaryan's injured again, to be honest. He's not playing. He's not even on the bench for them. United have definitely got the more impactful bench. We've got Rashford and Martial on our bench, whereas they've got really no pace on there. El Nini, Guendouzi, Ozil, they've not really got an explosive player on there. So Arsenal sort of need to win it with their team that they've got, whereas United, as we know, we have got options on the bench. He's going to get called a dog shagger by troops. Love troops, though, says John Sherrill. I don't know what they're on about. And I'm looking forward to seeing a great performance from Bay and Sanchez and Lukaku, says CCC Lethal. We're only about 20 minutes away from kickoff now. Make sure you drop a like on the video. In fact, we're only 2 likes away from 1,000. And make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're getting closer and closer to 355,000. VJ says, understand the importance of this game. I think as Manchester United fans, we do. I think we really do, don't we? I mean, I went down to the Emirates on Tuesday. We had the combined 11 with Claude and Ty. Had the preview with Robbie. I was giving it large. They were giving it large. It matters. It really does matter. And I don't want to lose this game. And I will sit here now and say, if we lose the game, the banter's on us. It is on us. I have to accept that. I'm not going to downplay it. If we lose because of a refereeing decision, there's a sense of injustice. If we lose because certain players play poorly again, then we've only got ourselves to blame. So, we've got to defend well today, though, and I think that's the most important thing. And when you talk about defending well, the good thing is we've got our first choice midfield, and I feel we are a better midfield. We are a better team with Bailly and Lindelof than we are with Lindelof and Jones. So I think that's a positive. Obviously, when you talk about defence, we're a worse team with Romero than we are with De Gea. And that's nothing against Romero. De Gea is the best goalkeeper in the world. Doesn't matter how good Romero is, he's not De Gea. Love your shows. Keep up the good work, mates, and cheers, says Smut Beers. Thanks for the contribution, pal. Remember, you can do that through the $ at the bottom of the live comments. Please do give us something to read out. Sam Parsons says, hi, Mark. How come you don't go to the games? Very, very quickly, I spoke about this on my channel today, the podcast. Look, this is things that stupid people say, because I've been doing the United Stand for 3 years, and we started the Watchalong because a few fans said, would you do it? And we tried it out, and it worked really well. And because of the watch along, I don't go to many Manchester United games. But what people don't realise is they try to sort of take the piss and say, oh, you don't go to games. What would the selfish thing be for me to do? I could just go to the game tonight. There wouldn't be a watch along. Flex is going to do the fan cams and everything anyway. So there is no watch along, and I just get to go and watch a game of football at the football ground. So for me, it's a winner, isn't it? It's a selfish winner because I get to watch the game, don't have to worry about anything else. I've got the money to do it. It's dead easy. But I don't go to games because I do this, because we've got thousands of people around the world who enjoy this sort of content. So it's actually unselfish, really. I could easily go to the games. I can tell you now that Flex goes to every game with a camera guy, and it costs us thousands of pounds a year to send them all around the country and all around Europe, because that's 2 people, petrol, tickets, filming, hotels. So it can easily be done. But we don't do it, or I don't do it very often because we do this. I really want Sanchez to score the game winner, says Ricky916. It would be hilarious if Sanchez and Lukaku score 2 and we beat them 2-0. I would rather that happen than Rashford start and score a hat-trick. I would, because, yeah, we'd still banter Arsenal, but if we can do it with Lukaku and Sanchez, it's on another level. Sharath Kamath Fitness says, win this game and we will kill Arsenal's hopes of top 4 for sure. We will have an edge mentally. Also, this is do or die for Alexi. Fingers crossed. Well, you know what? We have got to go to the Emirates. I think in March, we've got to go to the Emirates and play them in the league. So what would you rather win? Would you rather win at the Emirates in the Cup and lose in the league? Or would you rather win in the league and lose in the Cup? There's the golden question, isn't it? To be honest with you, I'd rather beat him in the Cup because I don't think 3 points against us in the league. I still think we can get way ahead of them, that the 3 points in the league won't matter. But maybe that's because I've got red-tinted glasses because we're about to play tonight and I don't want to lose. Please have a good game, Sanchez, says Ebruns, and he's even doing the praying. This United team should still have more than enough, says Michael Hayden, which is what Ross said, and I think you're right there. And Isaac says, is that the confirmed lineup? It is. It's Romero, it's Young, it's Lindelof, it's Bay, it's Luke Shaw. It's Herrera, it's Matic, it's Pogba, it's Sanchez, it's Lukaku, it's Lingard on the bench. You've got Grant, you've got Dalot, you've got Phil Jones, you've got Fred, you've got Mata, you've got Rashford, you've got Martial. So quite a strong bench as well. Why are we giving Sanchez so much flack? Have we forgotten in the number of assists he's had in the games he has played, says Marco Deg. Look, we're all behind Sanchez tonight. We're all behind Lukaku tonight because we're playing Arsenal. And I don't care if McTominay's up front, like I said. I'll back him because we're playing Arsenal and they're wearing a United shirt and I want them to do well. It's not about anything else. It's not about anything else other than that. So, look, really, really pleased with him. And I hope that they do well. But if anybody says that Sanchez has been a good signing so far, you're full of shit. He's not been a good signing so far. But at some point, surely we will get that good signing. Tom McBride says, Mark of Lukaku or Rashford picked up a nasty injury. What would you think about signing Giuseppe Rossi? Well, I think it would make a lot of sense. There's only 6 days left in the transfer window. She was only 16 years old. I will not bury another Batman, Bruce Wayne. I will not bury another Batman. But there is only 6 days left in this transfer window. Will Manchester United do anything in it? I don't bloody know. I really don't. I do not. Top 4's more important than the FA Cup this season, Mark, says James Munford. It certainly is. It certainly is. And big love from Pakistan. We all love your channel, Mark, says Ali Khalid. Thank you very much. And big love back to Pakistan and everybody else wherever you're watching. In fact, we haven't done that for a while. Get in the live comments, tell us where you're watching from. Please do share the video if you're watching. You can click the share button. You can share the link on Twitter and Facebook. That would be appreciated. And subscribe if you are new. I believe we've just gone past 355,000 subscribers as well. So shout out to the United Stand Army. It's growing bigger and bigger. Keep getting involved. Giuseppe Rossi barely played, says Christus and Bastian Thomas. And Finland, Alabama, India, Italy, and Auckland, and it's 8:40 a.m. We've got Florida, we got Michigan, we got London town, we got Carlisle, we got Australia, we got Seattle, we got Sweden, we got El Salvador, we got Denmark, we got France, we got South England, we got Scotland, we got South Africa, we got Singapore, we got Manchester. Took us a while, but we have got someone from Manchester. We got Sydney, Australia, we got Ireland, we got Nepal, we got Mumbai, we got Canada. We got Norway. Yay, we got Norway in the house. Ollie, Ollie, Ollie. Rooney is in Ollyway, in Norway. I call it Ollyway. Yeah, we've renamed Norway now. It's called Ollyway. So Roon, you're from Ollyway. Watching from Houston, Texas, says Bems Marley. And we got Paulie from India. So loads of people getting involved, which is absolutely fantastic. You're all very, very, very welcome. And Mauritius. So I have a bet with an Arsenal rival that who lose will put as a profile picture on social network the winner's team emblem, and now see that Rashford and Martial are not in the game. I feel very demoralised. You'll be fine. You'll be fine, man. Don't worry about it. Right, we've got Mad Marcus in the house. How you doing, pal?
How we doing, mate? Evening, everyone. How are we all?
I think we're all right. I think we've rode the storm of not getting the team that we wanted. Oh, to be honest with you, I was always like, look, let's wait and see what happens. He's got a big squad. He said he was going to play players that, you know, everyone's going to get a chance. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm not too bothered about it, to be honest. I expected Rashford and Martial to be dropped. He did drop hints that Lukaku and Sanchez would start in his press conference. So I think those were, the big ones to come in. I didn't expect Bailly to start. I'm absolutely ecstatic that he is, though. I expected him to continue with Jones and Lindelof. And obviously, Romero replacing the best goalkeeper in the world. So I'm not too bothered about it. I think that team that's out there is quite capable of getting a result here, to be honest. I really fancy our chances tonight. I really do.
Arsenal definitely have gone with their strongest team.
Yeah.
So, it's not been reciprocated that they're going to play a weakened team for themselves. But no, I agree with you. I think the fact that we've got Lacazette not up against Phil Jones, I think is a good thing. And I think
it's
Eric
a plus,
Bailly makes us stronger.
Yeah, definitely. I think, we spoke about it last night on Last Football. I think the presence of Aubameyang, I think just that alone, you had to have Bailly come into that defence just to rock it up, get a bit more of a physical presence in there. I think Herrera, Matic and Pogba, I think it's fantastic. He's stuck with the same midfield three as well. Lingard, again, on the right-hand side, I think that back four, some people could make a case for Dalot, but the back four is probably our best back four. Now Luke Shaw's returning as well. The midfield three is obviously our best midfield three. We're just missing the world's best goalkeeper and, the two lightning lads up front, to be honest. So not many changes, but changes that I was expecting apart from Bay.
This is what football's all about. This is what it's all about. It's these big games. It's the opportunity to go up against somebody. It's that living on the edge thing. I'm sat here now, as I'm sure many of you are sat here now, and you're like, in 2 hours' time, we could be set up for a shit weekend of banter where Gobby Pants is there giving it all his normal nonsense, or we could be going into a weekend with a cigar on, ripping the crap out of them. And that's the way it's going down, folks. Let's not pretend that if we lose this game, we're not going to get bantered. And let's not forget, if we win this game, we're going to banter them. This is real. If this was Leicester or Fulham, like we've got in a couple of weeks, or Burnley, it's a different sort of game. This will matter. So a draw obviously would mean a replay. So it is what it is. But I'm very, very, very excited about it. And we're not as strong as we probably could be. But these players, especially Lukaku and Sanchez, I've said it before, they've got to turn up.
Yeah, definitely. It's a big game for both of those players in terms of their futures at Manchester United. They've not fulfilled their promise, or they've not brought the form to United from their former clubs. So Sanchez, I think it's a bit more of a bigger game for him. He's coming, towards the end of his career, I suppose, hitting nearly, 30 now? He's in the last stages, isn't he? So he's probably maybe got one more big move ahead of him, if it's to the likes of Paris Saint-Germain or Madrid or somewhere like that. Lukaku, I've never been a fan of him. I've never thought he was a Manchester United forward, even the first day he arrived. He's just so one-footed, so predictable, and he's only got one way that he can play, and that is to just try with a ball to his feet. But his first touch lets him down, unfortunately. So it's going to be a good big game for them two, really big game, and obviously for Bay as well to get a regular start under Solskjaer till the summer. So points to prove.
Zabar Hassam says that maybe Lukaku and Sanchez playing is tactical because Arsenal won't be able to predict how Oli may play with them as he hasn't started them to date. I mean, that is quite a good point as well. That Arsenal will obviously have their own preparation for this game, and that is obviously, they will have been probably expecting Rashford and Martial. I mean, Arsenal can't prepare for Lukaku and Sanchez, especially Lukaku, because I don't think Lukaku knows what he's going to do, let alone the opposition.
No, this is it. You can't prepare for the unknown. Ollie has tried a couple of different tactics out in the last few games. Slightly tinkered with the formation in terms of where the personnel play and how far forward and how far wide they pull apart. But I think for Emery, it is a bit of an unknown going into this game for him. It's a whole new period in United's season. obviously under Mourinho, you could tell straight away what was going to happen before you even kicked the ball. You could probably predict the lineup as well, and you could definitely predict the tactics away from Old Trafford. This time around, it's a one-off game. You've got, Arsenal with 13 FA Cups. You've got United with 12 FA Cups. There's banter rights as well, and obviously, I think the winners of this have got a very good chance of winning the tournament. Myself.
Yeah, I agree. Smut Beers says, off topic, there's a rumour circulating in Sweden that you nicked a credit card to bribe off Jizzhead in FIFA 19. Any comments on that? I wouldn't give him a penny. I wouldn't give him the steam off my piss, Jizzhead. He's a cheat and he hates me, so I wouldn't give him any money. I'd piss on him. That's what he'd get off me. FIFA chat, let's move on. Also, Rashford and Martial coming off the bench, says Anime Craze. Yeah, we've spoken about that. I think it's that I look at Arsenal's bench. I don't really know much about El Nini, but Guendouzi and Ozil, they're not game changers in the fact that they're, Ozil's a good player, but he's not a quick player. He's a bit like Mata for us. But what we have got on the bench, if Lukaku and Sanchez don't turn up, which they might not, we've got Rashford and Martial who are explosive. So I think the most important thing for United is to be in the game for as long as possible. If it goes 2 or 3-0 down, I don't think Marcus Rashford or Martial can change the game. But if it's 2-1 we're losing, or maybe we're drawing, they can make a big difference.
Yeah, you look at the bench as well, Mark. I mean, you've got two players on our bench: pace, flair, excitement, direct. In Rashford and Martial, you've got the little magician Mata on there, who is able to pick a pass. He's able to make a difference. You look on Arsenal's bench, you've got, Ozil. Is he as good as he was? No. His form has really suffered under Emery as well. So I think for me, Ozil is really the only danger man if he comes on, which I don't think he will, because Emery doesn't really seem to favour him at the minute. So I would fancy our boys, if we're chasing the game, I would really fancy our boys to get on there and maybe 20 minutes, half hour ago, really push Arsenal back, because they'll be frightened of the pace. They will really be absolutely scared of Martial and Rashford running direct at them. And I think they'll get the beating of them. I really do.
Red Jedi says, just a friendly reminder, Jose is gone, baby. Yeah, he is. I don't think Sevilla realise that, though, because apparently they think they can sign Anthony Martial. Remember they used to get linked to him when we had Mourinho? Well, we ain't got him anymore, so forget all that. B. Yakov says this game is 100% going to be won in the midfield, and that is an area that we have gone with our strongest team. I'm very excited about it, and we're only bloody 5 minutes away from it now. This is very, very exciting. Bahani says, watch out for Aubameyang. Look, I put my hands up. I said it in the preview. I like Aubameyang. I like Torreira. I can't hide from the fact that I think they're good players. I think it's going to be, hopefully it's going to be a really, really good game. There are question marks on United. Romero's got to have a good game. Bay's got to have a good game. Lukaku's got to have a good game. And Sanchez has got to have a good game. But we have still got a lot of players out there tonight who can do it. And also, Arsenal very, very, very good at home. Very good at home. But let's not forget, let me remind you, tonight Flex is there, Rance is there, we got fan cams, and we'll be talking to Robbie, we'll be talking to Claude, we'll be talking to Ty, we'll be talking to Troops. We don't want to be talking to them giving us the big ham roll or whatever it is they say. I don't know. We don't want Ty there telling us about the 30s. We don't want Robbie giving it the big un. We want to be talking to these people with at least a win. So look, yeah, it's big. It matters. We can talk about whether we put our best team out as much as we like. This is the team that goes onto that pitch. And I'll tell you what, as I said, if we lose 6-0, we can't be there with a white flag going, we didn't put our best team out. We've got to go out there and we've got to put a performance in. Lukaku plays for Belgium. Sanchez is the best paid player in the Premier League. Romero's meant to be the best backup keeper in the world. And Eric Bailly, I believe, is 10 times better than Phil Jones. So, might be not the best team we can put out, but there's no excuses if it doesn't perform. Mo Abd says, Liverpool fan, how is that lump ahead of Rashford in centre forward? It's just rotation, isn't it? And Big Moss says, am I the only fan that backs Lukaku? Lingard is the one that needs to be dropped for Lukaku. Lukaku and Rashford can interchange up front. Big Moss, I think everyone's a Lukaku fan tonight. It's not like that. I think people criticise Lukaku because of the failings in his game technically. I don't think anybody's wanting him to have a bad game tonight, because if he has a bad game, we won't win. I want him to have the best game of his life.
Yeah, no one wants him to fail. I mean, these are the games that you come to Manchester United for, playing the big games, and it's time that these players, well, some of them especially, stand up and be counted and show what they're all about. Show that they can cut it at this club. Show that they want to be, taking their careers to the next level. And these are the games that you got to turn up in. I would expect Pogba to absolutely own that midfield tonight. I see they got Xhaka in their midfield and is Aaron Ramsey in there as well with Torreira.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, our midfield three has been absolutely fantastic for the last few games. Herrera running around like an absolute
like
pitbull.
A blue arse fly, you were going to say?
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to be polite.
It's true, though.
But I mean, he does the dirty things so well, and he doesn't get the credit for it. Pogba, a driving force in midfield, when he's got that ball, when he picks it up from the back, he's got the ability to ping those 40, 50-yard passes direct into feet. He's got the ability to run with the ball. He can out-muscle players. Matic as well has been, a totally different player under Ollie. So our midfield is key, and I do fancy it to out-muscle, outplay Arsenal's midfield three. And for me, that's where the game's going to be won or lost.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we're about to go. My prediction is that Arsenal are going to start very fast. They started very fast against Chelsea. What was it at half time against Chelsea? Was it 2-0? I think it was.
I think it was 2-0. Yeah.
Yes, and we watched that. It could have been 3 or 4-0. So we've got to be very, very careful of that at the start because they will be all over us. I think that's going to be their plan. So we've got to stand tall and defend well. And work our way into the game. We are the away team, and they are above us in the league at the moment, just on goal difference. And they are the favourites. I don't like to say that, but they are. But we can certainly get something out of this game, 100%. So
the thing is with Arsenal, though, they start quick, Mark. We saw that game against Chelsea. They started quick. They put the pressure on. But second half, they were absolutely knackered. They couldn't deal with Chelsea attacking, and Chelsea should have at least come away from that game with a draw, if not a win, because they missed 3 or 4 fantastic chances to get back in that game. They just didn't take them, and that was with the Hazards and the Pedros and the Willians, whoever it was that played that day. Our boys here, we have players in form on the bench as well, players that are explosive, that can come on and make a difference. And to be fair to Ollie, you've got to give the players, Lukaku and Sanchez especially, you've got to give them a chance. I mean, if they don't play in this sort of game, when are they going to play?
Yeah, I did say that, to be fair. It's like, he's got to give people a game time.
Yeah.
The FA Cup, are you going to play them in the Premier League? Are you going to play them in the Champions League? So this is, obviously some people aren't happy about it, but this is probably about the only game that they could. Well,
I mean, would you fancy Lukaku scoring against Burnley with a team that is basically going to sit back with 11 players behind the ball, or would you fancy him scoring in tonight that I think is going to be an open game because
if you give it's a
one-off game?
Goals, doesn't it?
Yeah, but so I think with this game it plays into Ollie's hands playing Lukaku and Sanchez definitely, and we're off.
Yeah, we're off, and let's see how it goes. I think Arsenal will start fast, so let's see how it goes. Take a deep breath. It's hot air balloon lung time because here we go, 90 minutes. Come on, United. Let's have some of it. Let's have it.
Straight away, Arsenal got the throw down the left-hand side.
A few empty seats there.
Yeah, there is actually. Yeah.
Maybe they're just all having a piss or something.
But I think key tonight as well is United's got to keep playing that pressing game. They've got to press the play really quick. Don't let Arsenal settle. Silence the crowd early on, and bully Arsenal a bit. Stick a couple of challenges in. Let them know they're in for a game.
Well, it definitely looks like we are playing the 4-3-1-2, which I worry about. Cause will that hinder Pogba's game of getting forward? Because Lingard started off very centrally. Pogba's won it well there, and that should be a corner.
Got it well. Yeah, should be.
Yeah, early corner for United, Maitland-Niles. So we've got Bay in the team. And this is good as well because Arsenal will want to start quickly, and we've slowed it down a bit. We've got a corner, so Luke Shaw's going to take the corner. Be interesting if someone gets on the back of that. Rance won't like it because apparently Luke Shaw can't cross. Well, he's on corners here.
We'll see how he goes.
It's not a bad one. I thought it was a good corner actually.
Yeah, it's in there.
Arsenal have cleared it. Nobody attacked it.
I think Arsenal probably outdo us on height, so I think United would probably have to be wary about the set plays. But here's the problem: out to the left-hand side for Arsenal, Eric Bailey's been pulled out of position, so where's Ashley Young's in the centre? That's lucky.
Yeah, we're a bit all over. I think it was because of the corner, wasn't it? But Young has cleared it, so Arsenal in control of the ball at the moment.
But Arsenal that corner for us then, that was all done by the high pressure and a bit of a piss poor pass from Czech trying to play out from the back, to be honest. Putting Nathan Miles under pressure. It's a throw to
was
Arsenal.
Laughing about Luke Shaw on the corner. I think it's quite funny, MJ, because it's one of the things that Rance says Luke Shaw can't do, and I thought it was a good cross. There seems to be quite a lot of empty seats at Arsenal, you know.
Yeah, maybe you could have got a ticket tonight, Mark. You know.
Well, the trouble
plenty
was
of space for you.
It was the United ends that you couldn't get them because they didn't give us a full allocation, but then they can't fill it themselves. It's typical Arsenal, isn't it?
Oh, I read
Luke
some
Shaw,
of those.
And that's not the corner.
Great tackle.
Yeah,
that's goal kick.
Yeah. Good start by
I read
Luke
that
Shaw.
some of those tickets were going for like 240 quid upwards.
Yeah, for United.
Yeah. Bloody.
There's no extra time, Stephen. It's a replay if it's a draw.
Well, even that in itself, I don't really think a replay would benefit any of these teams. To be honest, at the minute, they're both fighting for the same thing. At the end of the day, both on top four. I mean, Romero's distribution there, Pogba, was fantastic.
Yeah, Sanchez is offside.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about Romero in goal tonight either. I mean, you know, he's obviously not De Gea, but I can't think of many times he's let us down when he's been called upon.
No, Romero's a good goalkeeper. I think what Ross was saying and I was saying is that Romero's a good goalkeeper, but there's things he can't do that De Gea does. Like, you know, De Gea can stop a goal because he can make 3 world-class saves. Romero can't necessarily make those saves, but if we defend well, we won't give those chances up. And at the moment, Arsenal have started off a bit slow in this first 5 minutes, I must be honest, but they've picked it up there. A bit United not tracking runners there. And there's Aubameyang against Shaw, and we'll get that rid of that. Well done, Lindelof.
Yeah.
Come on, Sanchez.
Good cover, isn't there? I've noticed in these opening exchanges that Lukaku's hugging that right-hand side. Seems to be Lingard through the middle, Sanchez on the left.
Yeah, I think we will be seeing Rashford and Martial at some point because I think that front three are going to have to work very hard.
Yes. I think when he goes out to that right-hand side, you can't expect him to hold the ball up for long periods of time because he just doesn't possess that ability, I'm afraid. And again, they're going down that side as well. Herrera's having, yeah.
That's a good cross. Oh God, I got worried there. French Charlie Austin had it in the box, puts it out for a goal kick. Arsenal fans are absolutely praying that he scores.
Yes, yeah. I did see he was mentioned on the video you did.
Lukaku looks knackered already. No, he doesn't.
Good position taken up.
League this season. No, they won't, Carl. No, they won't. Sean says that Arsenal have started off well. I don't think they have. I think it's not been as quick a start as I expected from Arsenal. I think that was down to the fact that United got that early corner and broke a little bit of momentum. But they are bypassing Matic a bit. I did see someone in the live comments say that, and we do need to be a little bit careful of that. Look, Matic has been very good under Ollie, but I don't really care. I want to finish top 4, but if we do, we've got to replace Matic in the summer. He's not a CDM like they've got with Torreira. We need a bit more mobility.
Yeah, this seems to be a common theme here at the minute. Lukaku is just not coming inside at all. Whether that's a bit of strategy by Ollie to get him to cut inside when he's got the ball out there to get on his left foot. But there's that poor fat pass that just got through there.
We do look a little bit all over the place, but let's not forget this team hasn't played together. Arsenal on the attack. Oh, get rid, Luke. Buggy HTFC says, I'm shocked DT's forehead has not filled the empty seats. And CGS says, I do love Herrera. He gets what these games are about. Tenacious and hungry, exactly what United players need to have. Yeah. Ooh, get rid.
Dangerous.
Cross came in, Lindelof clears it. So Arsenal are on the press at the moment. Too much space for Iwobi, says James Miller. Well, that's because Ashley Young's not a right back. Everything Ashley Young does well is always, he's done well going forward. That's because he's a winger. He's a winger playing at right back. He's not a very good defensive fullback.
But, to back that up, I think Lukaku should be tracking back here a bit as well on that right-hand side.
We haven't seen Lukaku yet, have we? I don't think he's done anything, has he, yet?
Well, Herrera's being pulled out there, but the run of Ramsey through the middle, no one's tracking that at all. So I think Lukaku needs to get back a bit and help Ashley Young out in the opening exchanges here, just to calm things down. But again, look, he's left him 1, 2, 3, 4 Arsenal players out on that right-hand side against Ashley Young and Herrera.
Here's Sanchez. It up, lad. Look for a pass.
Oh, man.
See, I thought that was the wrong pass. He should have played it to Shaw first time. We've got a bit of the ball. I think this is important. And I know we're going backwards a bit, but I do think we need to just get hold of the ball a little bit.
Yeah, you want to silence the crowd. Don't let the crowd think they get Lukaku gone.
I hate when Lukaku turns round and criticises people, because it's like, mate, you're not in a position to do that. Just get your head down and do your own job. Stop telling people what to do and what passes to play. The amount of bloody balls you've knocked into Sainsbury's car park, just forget about it.
See, that was a good bit of pressure there by Pogba in the box. Sanchez
just take his gloves off.
For a minute there, I thought he was coming off.
I was going to go mad then. My heart did drop for a moment. I think his hands are just a bit clammy. That's terrible from Lingard. Come on.
Got to be stronger than that, Jesse. I'm afraid in these games.
Rolled into him, and it just bounces off him. And I mean, let's not forget, Lingard played crap last week as well, so he needs to step up to the plate. We can all talk about Lukaku and Sanchez, and I know we all like Lingard, but he didn't play well last week, and that's not good enough. You can't just let the ball bounce off you like that. He's got to get his game face on.
Bit of a knee in the back of the head there, totally accidental.
I hope it wasn't.
Again, I was just trying to be polite. But yeah, Arsenal, United not really had much of the ball, not really settled in this game yet, but
no,
they are trying to play from the front.
Come on, Pogba.
Arsenal. Yeah.
Imrani TV, Alexi has taken the gloves off. He's ready to activate beast mode. Well, I hope so.
He should be having the game of his life tonight. Absolutely. Back to his old stamping ground. He should be showing them what they're missing out on. Good head by Luke Shaw there. Go on, Pogba. Nice free kick.
So, yeah. 10 minutes gone. I'd say pretty even half so far. No real chances for anybody, and quite a tentative start to the game.
Yeah, a bit of a nervy start, I think, from United, but I think you'd expect that being the away team. Arsenal had the majority of the possession, not really created anything, not really looked dangerous. But I fully expect, I think this is what you want. The first 15, 20 minutes, don't give Arsenal a sniff, and then come into the game and then do your thing. Go about your business. Just keep it tight first. See what they've got. See what they're all about, and then go from there.
Yeah. Well, as I said, we spoke about that before the game, and I know it's very early and it could change around in the next 10 minutes, but the longer United keep this game tight or even get ahead, the better, because what we've got on the bench will improve us.
I mean, great ball by actually young Luke Shaw there in space. There. Yeah.
Come on, get the press on there. That's good. Go on, Lingard.
Go on.
Pogba, Herrera, just around the edge of the box.
Look out there. But definitely.
Too much. No, not quite. Czech just gets there. Lovely 1-2 with Sanchez and Pogba. It was just, I didn't think Pogba was going to get there. He did, but Czech sort of got his body in the way. No, definitely no shout of a penalty.
Miles at right back looks absolutely nervous as hell. So I think Sanchez is on a winner there all night long.
I know, I'd love to see Martial up against.
Well, I was just going to say,
What's that from Matic? Absolutely crap. Come on. Get your head on, mate. There's a bit too much of that. That's a terrible pass by Matic. Yeah,
United are the first team to cause a bit of damage there.
Yeah, well played by Czech. Good play by Pogba. few United players just need to switch on a little bit here, I think. It's been
Lukaku again there, Mark. Look, just dropping off. He jogs back and then just stops. Herrera's got to get over there and fill in.
Well done, Bate.
Yeah. That's what I like about Bate.
Oh.
Bate, he's always there, right place, right time, majority as well.
Well, it's a massive opportunity for Eric Bailly tonight, because if he has a good game, I mean, I'm sure Phil Jones will probably play against Burnley. Like, I'd hope that Martial and Rashford would come back in, but this is the opportunity that Ollie has spoken about for a lot of players, and I hope that they grab them, because this is Arsenal's best team. This is a team that we're competing with for 4th place. So good play here by Pogba.
Great play.
Drive.
Yeah.
That's got to be a foul.
Mate, run in there.
Yeah, give it. Having a joke.
That should have been a foul for me. And Matic again, too slow. Not got the awareness, not knowing what's around him. Again
caught in it.
He's caught out again. The guy has got to up his game tonight.
Matic hasn't had the best start, but we've got it back. Herrera again. It wasn't Herrera, because Herrera's on it now. Come on, Sanchez, you've got to be tougher there as well. Get your bloody head up. Stop tantruming. He's giving them the bloody free kick now.
Nervy, very nervy at the minute by United. The passing just isn't there. When we've got it across our back four, it's almost like we just want to get rid of it and start again.
Well, Herrera started off well. I think Pogba's playing well. Lukaku's not really in the game at the moment. Sanchez needs to just go up a gear and start grafting a little bit. Lingard needs to get hold on the ball, and Matic needs to go up a gear as well. So it's not a terrible start from United, but there's definitely room for improvement.
Yeah, definitely.
A little bit sloppy, like Sophie says.
Players have just got to know what's around them when they get the ball, because Arsenal are trying to press quite quickly as well. Get out there, Lukaku. Come on. There's a 2-on-1 situation there.
Yeah, I don't know whether to blame Lukaku on that, or whether it's more like Lukaku doesn't think that's his job. But
well, the thing is, Mark, when Jesse's been out there for the last couple of games, he's been tracking right back. So, if you're going to play that position, you've got to be willing to do the dirty work as well.
It looks to me like we're happy to have it. We're sort of inviting them to go down the flanks, and everyone's tucking inside.
Well, Aubameyang and Lacazette have had a go on the right-hand side a couple of times with no joy. But that left-hand side up there is really causing a problem.
Well, Arsenal haven't really done anything, have they? Yet.
No, they've not.
Well,
but
they're in now. Ramsey.
I mean, again, look, see, no one's tracked. See, with Herrera having to pull out there to that side, the run of Ramsey is just going unnoticed, because Matic can't keep up with him, and Pogba's out here on the left-hand side.
Well, Mr. Desmond's just said that left-hand side, and we can all see it. It's they're getting 2v1s. They're not exploiting it, Arsenal, though. So I just wonder whether it's a tactical thing, just to say, well, we'll let you have it down there if you want it.
Well, I wouldn't. If that's Ollie's game plan, I don't agree with that, because I think they'll get more joy out of that side than they will down Luke Shaw's.
We need a real captain, says Red Jedi. Well, Ollie made some interesting quotes in his press conference in the embargoed section last night about Pogba. He says he is a leader. I think Pogba should be captain. Here they go. They're down the right hand now with Maitland-Niles. Luke Shaw. Just stand him up, Luke. It's a good ball, that.
Again, United. Plenty of numbers back. Yeah. Bailly gets rid of it. I can't see Jesse staying up there for that long. All game. He's not really doing anything through the centre.
Oh, Socrates has gone down injured now. I think he might have twisted his ankle. Don't know what he did. It looked everything looked normal there. So, Arsenal might be in with another injury problem here. They can't really afford any more, to be honest. There's something going on around the water, I think, in North London at the moment, because Spurs are getting injuries, and so are Arsenal.
Well, I've just seen Emery send someone out down the touchline to warm up there.
Mustafi.
Yeah. I was hoping it might have been Liechtensteiner, actually.
Yeah,
would have been the better option.
Looks like his night might be done, says Midget HD Aviation. Sally Devil Red says it looks nasty. I think the injuries where you can't see what they've done tend to be the worst injuries, because I can't see anything there that's... I don't even think it was a foul. It's just the way he's landed. And I think he knows he's in trouble.
Yeah.
Because he's frustrated. And as you watch it back, Lingard doesn't do anything. It's just the way he lands.
As soon as his left leg lands, he almost does like he said there, he signalled there that he's twisted.
Bad Boy Emil says Matic and Lingard not United quality, get them out ASAP. I think long term you're probably right, mate, but tonight we go with what we got.
And again, like you said there, another injury.
He's on his feet.
I think he's done for.
Yeah.
He can hardly stand. But again, they'll probably give it a couple of minutes.
He might get away. Nah, I don't think he's going to get away with it. Doesn't look like he can walk. Socrates, game over, says Lamar Lewin. Well, if he can play on, he's made a mountain out of a bloody molehill, to be honest.
I think he's done, mate. I think the frustration in his face. Definitely a twist.
He's done, says Brandon Slaughter. He's done. Well, Mustafi's not a bad centre-back if he comes on anyway. Here they are, they're down that left side.
Yeah, look.
Could be Herrera says Twally, yeah.
Herrera done a good job there, just standing him up. I mean, Sanchez has gone through the middle now.
Oh, Lukaku, you bloody idiot.
He's
got skinned there by a body swerve. By a centre-back as well. God. The thing about Lukaku is, I was watching some of his videos the other day. Klasnic is on now. Not Klasnic, it's Socrates, sorry.
Socrates, yeah.
He never looks like he's in control of the ball, Lukaku. If you watch his best clips, he never looks like he's in control of the ball. Luke Shaw puts it out. He's going to come off Socrates.
Yeah, he's had enough.
We should have played on there. I want to put it out.
Well, you know, I mean, the game the other night, Mark, there was that injury, wasn't there? Yesterday night, and Chelsea kept playing on. It's not a head injury. You know, letter of the law says you can play on. It's a fair play, United doing the sporting thing.
He's coming off. Pull him off, Emery. Pull him off. Put him out of his misery. Oh, get off the bloody pitch. I'm bored of you now, bending down, stamping on your foot, trying to play on. You're finished. Get off. You're on 50 grand a week. Put a smile on your face and go and play Fortnite with Ozil. I'm bored of this now. Should have come off the first time. Stop putting your hands on your head. Stop stamping on the floor. You've slowed the game down. There's a game of football here. Get off. Your career isn't over. Look at him. He's doing it again. Get off the bloody pitch.
Talk about time wasting. Come on, man.
No one gives a shit now. We momentarily felt sorry for you. Get off the bloody pitch.
Well, I think it's a dead cert now. Lingard ain't going to outmuscle the centre backs now. Not with Mustafi coming on. So, do you know what? I think as bad as Lukaku's been on that right hand side, surely he can't be any worse if he goes through the middle.
Lukaku looks like a child in a pawn shop, apparently, says CGS. I don't really know what the interpretation of that is. I just read it out.
So we start again. Not much excitement in the first 20 minutes. Lukaku's down the right. Good pass from Herrera. But again, so obvious where you're going to go. Horrendous ball in, but Sanchez has made the most of it.
I think he was shouting for a penalty.
Yeah. Aubameyang, you can get up.
Yeah, well, to be honest, this game's going for United at the moment. Not that we're creating chances, it's just that Arsenal's intensity is just not there. That's poor from Lingard again.
Oh, what is it with that right-hand side out there? Their left. That's Matic with a poor ball out there. Lukaku's been poor. Lingard with a poor ball.
I think if United switch on a bit here, we can... That's good by Luke Shaw.
Yeah. The only success we've had is down our left-hand side with Shaw and Pogba.
I think Shaw's had a really good game so far. I think Shaw, Pogba and Herrera have done really well going forward. I mean, Lindelof and Lingard, Lindelof and Bay haven't put a foot wrong. That's a good ball into Lukaku. What can he do? He's offside.
No, surely not. I thought the left back was playing him on then.
I think that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get that ball down the flank for Lukaku. We've tried it a few times, and it's marginal.
Oh.
The linesman there, he's not turned his head till Lukaku is offside. Marginally offside. Well played, Matic.
Yeah. Luke Shaw was in quick there as well.
I'll tell you what, I'm pleased with the United start. I am pleased with the United start. I mean, we've had a few... See, that pass is too simple to Iwobi. You shouldn't be able to play one pass there. You won't get away from Young, though. Go on, give it Romero. What are you doing? There was a pass to Romero.
Yeah.
Come on. We're overthinking this a bit, United. That's what I was going to say. If we just simplify it a bit, we'll get ahead in this game, because I'm not impressed by Arsenal's start at all. Well played,
no,
Herrera.
they've not been quick out of blocks. I mean, United...
Not compared to that Chelsea game.
No, they're not. But United have done well to just deal with what they've had to deal with. No, they're in again.
Well played.
Matic getting his foot in.
I think, we're giving a lot. We are obviously showing them the flanks, but we're not giving them anything inside anywhere. Oh, Bailly.
See again.
First shot of the game there.
Yeah.
Iwobi straight at Romero.
It's that side. No one is tracking that run through the middle. Notice there you got Herrera in the back line. Matic is in the back line. Pogba's just outside the D.
Well, Iwobi's technically Ashley Young's man, but Ashley Young is with Ramsey, so...
But you got Ramsey running off Iwobi as he's gone into that box there as well.
Here's Lingard.
Just ghosted past. Oh, come on, get the ball in the box, Ashley.
Whip it. It's good. Oh, no! Bloody Lukaku and Pogba! I think Lukaku's got to get on the end of that. And Birmingham is a Gabonese Jonathan Walters says Baz Stanton. But United had a great chance there. It's a lovely cross by Lingard. I can't see how Lukaku doesn't get on it.
How does he not get a touch on that? I mean, Pogba you can make an excuse for because he's thinking that Lukaku's got to get on the end of it. But a good ball in.
They're both stretching, to be fair. They're both stretching. But
Pogba tries foot and head. Lukaku tries left foot.
I don't think Lukaku's expecting a cross like that, to be honest.
Ball in Luke Shaw.
Good ball by Pogba. That's beautiful. Herrera can whip across. Now get in there this time. Oh, he doesn't make it.
There's two men. There's two men there ahead of the defence, but the right back was playing them on.
I'd have to see that again in real time. I think when we saw it the first time, I think Lukaku should have got at it. When I saw it in slow-mo, I thought, oh, he's stretching. I'd like to see it again.
I just think a
sharp Lukaku gets on that. A sharp striker gets on that.
Yeah, I think you could guarantee probably, well, Aubameyang especially would get on the end of that. Maybe Lacazette. There's a foul here for United. It was a bit late by Xhaka. I think it was on Matic. No, Herrera. Very late.
I'll tell you what, though.
Carded.
Confidence before a fall, but I'm pretty comfortable with United so far. If I was an Arsenal fan, I would be expecting a little bit more from Arsenal. There's nothing
definitely.
like the start to the Chelsea game where you were very, very good.
Definitely. You would expect Arsenal to have applied a little bit more pressure to United's back line. They've had a good couple of runs in behind, but they've not really made anything of it. They've not created any sort of clear-cut chance. The chance of the half so far is for us with that cross.
Do you think what people thinking in the comments? I don't know. I'd have to see it again. But to me, on the first viewing, I think Lukaku should have got on it. On the slow motion replay, it just looked like he got his stretch wrong. But I don't know. Can we be harsh about that?
That's our ball rush, surely. Yeah. No?
I was giving it then.
Yeah. Strange. Well, that clearly came off Nathan Miles. Well, that's our ball for definite.
Well, Sanchez hasn't started off well, like somebody said in the live comments, but neither have Aubameyang and Lacazette. I think it's that sort of game, isn't it? It's a good throw by Shaw, that. Lukaku, you can't just stand about. Get your bloody body moving. He is wearing the Timberlands at the moment. He's so slow reacting-wise.
I mean, to be fair to both teams, I think both defences, have stood up quite well, to be honest. Arsenal's obviously had to make a change. Bay's coming for Phil Jones. Luke Shaw's come back. So I think both defences have been reasonably sound at the minute.
Arsenal having an attack there, but Romero's cut the cross out. Lukaku and Sanchez have done absolutely nothing, says Ari Guadalia. They are, to be fair to them though, they are coming into a team off the bench. We're not going to be fluid as maybe we would have been with Martial and Rashford, but I've been impressed with Pogba and I've been impressed with Herrera. I think they've done a lot of graft. Matic has started to, I think he started off badly, Matic, but he seems to. That's brilliant from Matic there.
Yeah,
and that's good. That's what Young should have done a minute ago. Just pass it back to Romero, use him. Oh, Lukaku's lay off his pants.
Look at that. It's. Do you know what, Mark? I'm failing to see what this guy brings to the team.
Hopefully a goal.
I really am. Well,
the thing is, I look at Pogba and I look at Herrera, and the graft is amazing. And I look at Lukaku, and it's just not there. There's a ball there. There's a block. Your head up. There's a ball. That's the one.
Look at him.
Oh, Sanchez. That was a good run by Sanchez. Lingard probably should have seen it a bit earlier, but he did see it. What are you doing, Matic? Bloody hell.
Jeez.
Right, this is getting a bit stretched here. This is where we don't... Whoa. Who's got the man on the left? Look behind you, Matic.
No one...
It's like a pantomime, this.
Sure, get back.
Corner. Yeah, we were a bit ragged there. Bloody hell. A bit of excitement now. Bit of excitement. Arsenal corner. Yeah, I've been impressed with Pogba and Herrera.
Pogba just saying to Romero there, just pushing his hands out as if to say, like, just calm it down, slow it down.
Yeah.
Let's get control of the game.
Well, let's see what happens with this corner, and then I'll say it, because I've said things like this before. Why people out Romero, he's been very confident, says Red. That's terrible from the corner. I don't know what's happened there. Ref said foul, something. We've got a goal. We've got a free kick anyway. What I said before the game is the longer we're in this game with what we've got on the bench, I think the better. I don't see anything on Arsenal's bench to massively improve them, and I look at our bench and I think you've got Martial and Rashford. They can really, especially if Lukaku continues like this. If you can bring Martial or Rashford on, well, here is Lukaku. He's got to hold this up now. Hold it up and find a pass.
No chance. Koscielny will just show him.
That's good.
He'll show. Yeah. But Koscielny, quite simply, just show him the other side.
I think United have been the better team in this first half an hour. Moving the ball around a lot better. Look at this. Herrera's been brilliant. Lukaku. Yeah. Lovely. Go on. Oh, Sanchez. Come on.
Go on.
Yes! Oh, he's offside. Shit. Oh, no, it's a goal. It is a goal. I thought he'd given offside. Come on. Yes. Get in. Alexis Sanchez and Lukaku with the defence splitting pass. Shove your gold run up your arse. That's blockbusters. That's a G for Sanchez. Come on. I thought he disallowed it, Marcus.
I thought so. Well, I thought no way has no one not tracked that run. I just couldn't believe it. He was in acres of space. But what a finish from a tight angle as well. Just watching the replay back. And
it's Lukaku's brilliant pass.
Yeah. He
Sanchez
is onside. He's well onside.
And, have some of that. Have some of that, because it's Lukaku's defence-splitting pass. Sanchez round the keeper. It's a cracking goal, and it's made in Banter FC, apparently, because they're shit. I mean, even we think they're a bit shit, but they get a lot more stick from rivals. Sit down. I tell you what, there's glory in this, because Sanchez scoring against Arsenal. Woo-hoo-hoo, worth every penny. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. That's what we wanted. That's what we wanted.
Goal. Fantastic. And it's, as we said earlier, Mark, with Lukaku out on that right-hand side, Ollie obviously wants him to cut in on the left, because that, to me, looked like a disguised pass, disguised shot for a pass. and he slipped it in round the back. So it's come off trumps for him. So the best thing Lukaku's done all game for me.
It's a brilliant assist, and it started off in the corner where you said he won't hold it up, and he did.
Yeah, so. I know. Yeah, I thought Koscielny dealt with it quite well, actually, just to show him down that side, because he's only left-footed. But the movement to come in.
You know what? The thing is, it's no more than we deserve. You know, sometimes I think you look at an away performance and you go, "Oh, we've been a bit lucky." I think Arsenal have been terrible, and I think United are well worth that, and it's a good goal as well.
United have come into the game in the last 10-15 minutes. They've really shown. Arsenal have had plenty of the ball, plenty of possession. They're coming now.
That's good defending, actually.
Yeah.
The recovery by Herrera. Herrera's been immense. Absolutely immense.
Herrera again, phenomenal guy. Lukaku's in again.
Come on, back post, man.
Come on, there's two there.
Yes! 2-0! Lukaku! Jesse Lingard, do the dance! Do the dance! Do the dance! Do the dance! We just want to see that Lingard dance. He's doing the dance! He's doing the dance! Yes! Yes! Have some of that! Have some of that! Have some of that! This is dreamland. This is not what Arsenal fans wanted. This is like coming home and seeing your mum being done by the milkman. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. It's Lukaku down the right-hand side. Just lays it off. Assist number 2. And Lingard just passes it in. 2-0. I've not even changed the score from 1-0. And then he goes to the corner and gives it the old dance. Have some of that, you scummy bastards. Love it. Love it. Love it. I'm drawing on the screen as well.
Absolutely brilliant play. I mean, Lukaku there, fair play to him. Held the ball up well. He passed it across the face with his right foot as well. And Lingard there to pass it past Czech. Absolutely fantastic. And the dance there to top it off.
I just love this game. I love this game.
Amazing.
I know it's a Patrice Evra line, but I just love this game. I just love this game. I love it. Absolutely love it. It's fantastic. We've got the dream. You've got Lingard strictly come dancing in the Emirates again. You've got Lukaku with 2 assists, and you've got Alexis Sanchez, their ex-player, scoring as well. You cannot burn Arsenal anymore. You cannot. Don't mock them. They're already dead. They're already dead. Someone get that Simpson meme out, because they are fucking done. I mean, this game's not over, but at the moment, if it stays like this, they're going to cry. They're going to absolutely cry.
Yeah, I remember saying, like, when Mourinho was in charge, why will he not play Lukaku out on that right-hand side? And I think it was like either Sally or Sophie that was saying, like, why not? Just try him out there. Put Rashford as the main number 9. Martial left, and put Lukaku right, just to experiment, see how it goes. Fair play to Ollie, because the first 20 minutes of the game, Lukaku was not involved anywhere. And then all of a sudden, he's just, the first opportunity he gets on that right-hand side, he gets a goal for Sanchez with a fantastic pass. And then again, another assist to Lingard. He's just come to life.
Concentrate and get to half-time now. 2-0, it's the worst score in football. We've said this so many times, but game face on now. Get it together, because there's nothing worse than losing a result like this. But Arsenal have been shit, and United have been very, very good. I mean, if people we've been on about this all week, saying, Solskjaer for Manchester United manager. Whatever happens in this game, what I would say is this first 35 minutes, it's a good cross by Arsenal, well cleared by Young. Whatever happens, this first 35 minutes against Emery, who is a very good tactician, we've changed our formation today, and it's been very, very good. It's been a tactically, this is why we've been the better team. We're the away side, but tactically, he's got it spot on. He's nullified Aubameyang and Lacazette. They've done nothing, and we've hurt them. Oh, well, Lacazette's trying to do there.
Yeah,
grabbing his neck. You weren't even touched, you bloody diving cheat.
Lukaku's in again. Well, they've got 2 covering him now.
Yeah. Well, 2 assists, isn't it?
Yeah.
United, just keep your heads, because we can get another one.
The 2 boys that had a point to prove in this Manchester United team have come up trumps.
Yeah.
So far tonight. Sanchez with a fantastic goal, and Lukaku's 2 assists. I don't think really you could ask for much more from them, to be honest.
Well, look, at the end of the day, when was the last time we had 4 strikers playing for 2 positions? 99.
Well,
so,
yeah.
And Ollie was one of them. If he can get 4 strikers hungry, and you know what? I think the assist on the second goal from Lukaku was good, but the first one was amazing. I didn't think he had that in his locker. Absolutely brilliant.
No, I was absolutely convinced he was going to go to shoot there, being on his left foot, cutting in from that right-hand side. But clever disguised pass. Obviously something they've worked on in training. Sanchez getting the run in behind. But fantastic, phenomenal. And it's up to Arsenal now. See if they got a reply. Yeah, look, Arsenal have gone to shit now. Look, they're trying to play the long balls and it's going out of play. Herrera's down there. I'm not sure if he's just tying his bootlaces or if he's actually got an injury. United fans in the away end singing away. Flex were there. Can't wait for the fan cams, Mark, if it stays like this.
Sharath Kamath Fitness says, let's not forget Luke Shaw started it. I don't know what we're talking about. The goals were so quick fire. Jones on in the second half just to banter Arsenal. Yep, stick him up front. I agree with that. Rob Witts, definitely. Well, United on the break again here, and I think it's Luke Shaw again. Yeah. And it's nicely into Sanchez, and he's continued his run. No, he hasn't. He is on your right. He is on your good layoff. Lingard shoots over the bar. A bit greedy there. United on the break are a problem for Arsenal now. They've got to push. Red Baron says this does not exist because we didn't win anything in the 30s. Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you what. There's a long way to go. I'm not going to start talking about fan cams or anything like that. There's a long way to go. If Arsenal were to get a goal, Lingard's finish is lovely though.
Yeah, but Lukaku there, as soon as he's got the ball, he's looking up, he's looking in that box, putting his hands out as if to say, who wants it? It's on a plate for you. And fair play to him, mate. Got the pass absolutely spot on. Both the assists have been fantastic. It would be nice if he could get on the score sheet tonight. But Arsenal just playing around outside the penalty box. Ball comes in, away by Shaw. Good header.
My next thing is just get to half time. But having said that, whatever happens in this game, United have got options on that bench.
Again, Herrera and Bailly in there. Straight away on the loose ball.
Oh, I need to get that out of your
feet. You know what?
Quicker.
He's really upped his game, Lukaku, in this last 10 minutes. Oh, the lad, it must be a confidence thing with him. It's got to be. I mean, he was all at sea in the first 15, 20 minutes, wasn't really involved. And then all of a sudden, after the first assist, he's just come alive.
Oof. That's right. Baz Stanton said, disappointed that Sanchez didn't knee slide in front of DT. There's plenty of time for that. There's plenty of time for that. I mean, you know what? Lukaku's played well. Sanchez, he's been a bit quiet, but he's done what he's there to do. He scored the goal.
Yeah, Sanchez, he's not the fastest player. I mean, he's pretty quick, but he's not the fastest overall. So I think he's one of those players that... very nimble player. Got to get him in around the box. He's got a decent shot on him as well from outside the area. So, I don't
know what United are doing there.
United are asleep there, look, but thankfully it didn't pay off, and that's a free kick to United. They're asking questions here. Lukaku, Bay, Pogba.
I think it's been a Solskjaer masterclass tactically so far. Made Arsenal look absolutely bang average.
You know what? I think this performance and the result especially, let's not forget as well, this is Arsenal's first 11. All right. And Solskjaer has gone there and got his United team to play Solskjaer's way. He hasn't got the team playing tactically as they would away from home, but he's got them playing the way he wants them to play away from home, not how Mourinho would want them to play. So you've got to give him credit for that. And what would it be? 8 out of 8? Or is it 9 out of 9 now?
Yeah, 9 out of 9. Again,
9 out of 9.
Stop tempting fate, Marcus.
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's a long time.
I'm more nervous now than at 0-0. It's weird. Disappointed that Sanchez... Yeah, we've had that one. And Pradnia says, I take my criticism back. I certainly didn't expect this performance from Alexi and Romelu. I do see an Ollie effect on Big Rom too. Where's DT at? I tell you what, he'll be throwing up in his cap. He'll be like this. I'm going to take another L. But there's plenty of time for that to be turned round.
Yeah, there's always room for improvement in the players. Paul Lukaku, I'll tell you what, if he was a little bit quicker there, just a bit sharper, he may have got on the end of that one.
Red Baron's right. Ramsey did have the chance to join United over Arsenal. He chose Arsenal. Yeah. Here they go.
They're in.
Goal. It's a goal for Arsenal. It's a shit goal as well. It's a rubbish goal. I don't know what that's all about. Forget it. They don't deserve 2-1. I did not want that to happen on half-time. That is terrible. It's all right chewing your gum, Romero. That's crap defending. Who's marking who there? Yeah. It's a shit goal. Absolutely crap. Bollocks.
I think that comes down to Lindelof or Shaw there at the back post.
Well, I don't know. There's enough.
Luke Shaw, look,
he wanders into the box, goes through Bay's legs. They're queuing up. Luke Shaw can't mark 3 players.
No, he can't. But Lindelof's on his arse there as well.
Nah, it's just one of them things, isn't it? It's one of them things. I mean, Arsenal need some credit. It takes a lot to make Lukaku look good, so fair play to them. Hope you both are doing well, guys. Barnes said. We were doing well. I feel a bit sick now. That's 2-0. I hate 2-0. Really hate 2-0. That's a crap goal by Arsenal as well. It's just a nothing goal that doesn't reflect the first half from United. I think we just switched off, Marcus, to be honest.
Yeah, you know, it's just. I mean, the ball came across the face of goal there quite slowly as well. There was enough United defenders there to deal with that, but you always run the risk there when it's played right across the face. If you try and clear it, you got the risk of putting it in your own net as well. So, I don't know. I think it's just one of them, mate. Just a lapse of concentration, and that's Arsenal's first genuine attack as well. Their first attempt at goal. So, do you know what? To be fair to him, I think the team did quite well to nullify him for 43 minutes. 4 attempts for each team I'm seeing here. United 2 on target from each team as well. So, yeah, I think they just switched off, man. To be honest, I think if Lindelof doesn't slide in to the runner from midfield, that could have been dealt with, I think. But Luke Shaw, again, Luke Shaw should know what's around him. He's looking at Aubameyang as well as he's tiptoeing into the box. So he should have kept a better eye on him. But let's stay positive. We're still winning. Arsenal have got to come out and play in the second half.
Yeah, we just got to keep boys on the bench doing our thing, really. Half time, It would have been nice to go in at half time 2-0. But having said that, if they scored straight after half time, he hasn't got time to talk to his players, has he? So I think they need a bit of a chat to second half first. And I don't think Luke Shaw was at fault. I think people will blame Luke Shaw, but he's got 3 players.
Yeah, there's 3 players there, Mark, but the player that puts it in the net is the player he should be marking. You know, on the replay.
Yeah, but if he's marking Aubameyang and he leaves the other 2, people are like, well, what are you doing? So.
Yeah, but he is tracking him from outside the box. So for me, he's just wandered off a bit at the wrong time. Lukaku's out on the free on the right again. Good ball by Jesse.
Look at the pass for Lingard again. What are you doing?
Lukaku, run at him.
That's the old Lukaku there. Like, point at Pogba to make a run for that. It was a shit pass from. Come on. Do what you did last time. Just lay it off to Lingard.
But, you know, I'll tell you what, that was a good bit of skill there by Aubameyang.
I'm worried about this game now. This is why I said to you were on about bloody fan cams. Oh, God, here we go. Straight at Romero. We're going to need another goal.
Yes, next goal is crucial. I think next goal is the decider. But I think Ollie, once he gets them in there at half time, you know, just cut out the silly mistakes. Don't panic. We're winning the game. You know, Arsenal have got to come at us in the second half if they want to progress. They've got to come at us. They've got to do something. They've got no explosive impact subs on the bench. The nearest they got to that is Ozil, who's he's dead on his arse at the minute. But our boys on the bench, you know, Rashford, Martial, Mata, They're in again, down the right.
You know what?
Yeah.
If we go in at 2-2, I'm going to lose my shit because this is shit from United now. We've dominated them. It shouldn't even be 2-1, and we're hanging on now. And I worry about us because we do fade in games, and that's good. But it's good defensive play by Luke Shaw. That is. Pogba's been too quiet, says Nick Lopez. He needs to get more involved by connecting the midfield to the forwards.
Luke Shaw's down.
He's up again.
No, he's all right. Yeah.
I think Pogba's had a good game up until the last few minutes, where United just seem to have switched off a bit. If we go in at 2-2, it's a bloody joke. An absolute joke. This is just not reflective of the half. And we're masters of our own downfall if it happens. Good header by Herrera, that is.
Yeah.
Stopping it from going for a corner.
Yeah, straight out for a throw.
Men up!
Yeah, too slow to react.
Messing about at the
hell.
back again. Sort
Come
it
on,
out,
mate.
Young. You're
Look
the bloody
at Ashley.
captain.
Come on. Just standing there shaking your head. Shout at them.
Wow, it's all a big test, isn't it?
I think United want half time now. Can't come quick enough. High ball in, should be able to deal with that message.
Oh,
yeah.
Sanchez. But just he's invited the pressure here now. Goal kick.
They'd love to get to that byline, Arsenal. I think that should be it for half time there. There we go. I think that's.
Wow.
I think United have done well there. I think to come out with the lead intact.
We'd have took that at the start of the game. I'm a bit disappointed that we're going in 2-1. I think we fell asleep a little bit, but we take 2-1. I mean, at times United have been absolutely scintillating, and let's just sit back and reflect for a bit because actually we'd be all over that. We'd be absolutely all over that 2-1 at half time. So we'll take that. We're a one-half team. Our fitness is not there, says Red Baron. I do worry about that in the second half. I'll be honest with you. We've faded against Brighton. We've faded against Spurs. And but the positives are that tactically, I think for 40 minutes we were absolutely superb. We switched off a little bit. I think Ollie will be annoyed about that. But you look at Lacazette, you look at Aubameyang. I know he's scored, but they've hardly been in the game. You look at their midfield. We've dominated their midfield, and up front we've caused them all sorts of problems. What we need to do in the second half is keep doing that. If we can keep the foot on the pedal, you got Rashford, you got Martial who can come on. We can finish them off. That game is there. I mean, if we were to lose this game from this situation, it'd be a bloody travesty. We could certainly draw it. We need to go and get that third goal, Marcus, and finish this off because I think it's, I'm surprised we're going in at 2-1, but we've got to keep the foot on the pedal second half. It's there to be won.
Definitely, I think United in the last 10-15 minutes, ever since the second goal, the passing just got a little bit lethargic. They slowed down a bit. It's not as if they smelt blood and decided to go for it and actually kill them off in the first half. They've allowed Arsenal to come back into it. Lack of concentration at the back. And I've got to say, I mean, I think it's a little bit poor on Luke Shaw's side. He was tracking Aubameyang from outside the box. Yeah, you go to the ball. You've got the two runners from midfield there, 3 players in total that he's looking at. Yeah, it's stick or twist, isn't it? Which one do you go with? It's just unfortunate for him that it's gone to his man that he was looking at from, leading up to that goal. But United going forward in the second half, just keep going. They've got to pass the ball a bit quicker. Lukaku, with the 2 assists, has been getting some joy out in that right-hand side. So, hopefully that'll work a treat, but Arsenal's got to come at us now in this second half. They're chasing the game. They need to attack. They got to play more risk. They got to take more risks, and I think that will only play into our hands.
That assist by Lukaku was absolutely brilliant on the first goal, by the way. Rashford and Martial, and it's like looking forward to Christmas, says Red Baron. We've got to finish this game off. I hope he doesn't go. I hope our fitness levels don't drop off because this game is there to be won, and it would be a bloody joke if we didn't win it, by the way. But we're certainly the better team. Arsenal finishing the half better, but we've been the better team. Tactically, we've made them look bang average. But Bailly will never give up a clean sheet in his career, says Carlos Rosa. I disagree with Marcus. I don't think it's anything to do with Luke Shaw, the goal. I think the damage is done when the cross comes in. He's got 3 players to deal with. You're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. But it's hard to see where it goes wrong. I think we just switch off as a team. Collectively, Herrera doesn't want to make the tackle on Ramsey in case it's a penalty. Goes through the legs of Bailly. Lindelof tries to stretch to stop it. But how does Shaw end up with 3 players? Somebody's not tracking back there. I don't know whether it's Matic or it's Pogba, but somebody's not tracking back to leave Luke Shaw with 3 on 1. The Lingard goal, it does come from Luke Shaw. You're right. It's a lovely run out the back, and his pass to get Lukaku in is superb. It's brilliant from Luke Shaw. That's what somebody in the live comments was on about. The first phase of play. Lukaku with the assist again. Lingard passes it back, but he's off to the corner to do a bit of dancing, which is fantastic. But the play from Luke Shaw in the second goal should not go unnoticed. It was brilliant.
Yeah, very good. They just circling Maitland-Niles here on the right-hand side. Absolutely nowhere to be seen. So even if, Lukaku, he could have passed it to anyone. Sanchez was free on the back post. And obviously you give it to Lingard, and Lingard slots it away. But fantastic pass. And the dance to top it off. Really, really superb goal. Good team goal, and quick on the break as well.
Well, Arsenal, I'm sure they will have been very angry at 2-0 because it's their worst nightmare. Millie Lingard in the corner doing his dance. Sanchez scoring as well. It's banter for them to have to face that, but they've got the goal back. And they've got the momentum, and United are going to have to go again in the second half because it only takes 1 goal and we're back level again. And do they have the momentum to go and win it? But apparently Flex was just on the telly, which is great. I didn't see it, but the Arsenal goal, we're going to see that back in a minute. I just think a few people saying Pogba's been quiet, Marcus. I actually thought Pogba was brilliant. It just faded, I think, around the half-hour mark.
Yeah, I'd agree with you on that one. I think he was heavily involved in the first 20, 25 minutes, and then all of a sudden he's just faded out a bit. He's picked the ball up a couple of times, tried to pass it about, but he's not really been involved. He's been more tracking back in the last 10. So, yeah, he's had an okay game. I wouldn't say he's been good or absolutely fantastic, but he's played a couple of decent balls. He's been there disrupting Arsenal's flow in the midfield. So he's done his job okay tonight, I think.
Arsenal all game have just been getting.
Luke Shaw there. Luke Shaw there. He knows where he is. He's looking. Ball comes across. Lindelof.
There's no doubt in Aubameyang's his man, but when you watch it, he's looking at this other player that Pogba's not tracked. It's Torreira. He's trying to stop Torreira, and he ends up with a 2. He's damned if he does, and he's damned if he doesn't. It's Pogba doesn't track Torreira, which pulls Shaw out of position. I think people will blame Shaw, but he's looking at Torreira, who Pogba hasn't tracked. Abhishek says, Muscari says Lindelof and Bailly do look confident enough, but Ashley Young is not good enough today. They're definitely targeting Ashley Young, Marcus. You said that very early on. They're going down that side every time that they can. I don't think the Arsenal goal is about an individual error. I just think United collectively switched off a bit. And, Luke Shaw's positioning probably isn't brilliant, but he's trying to... There's a tap in for Torreira. And people would say, why is Luke Shaw not close Torreira down if he does score it? So, he's in a poor position there. And realistically, Pogba should be tracking back. But
it's that run from midfield again, isn't it? No one is picking up that runner. It happened a few times in that first half with Ramsey. When I think it's Iwobi out on that right-hand side, their left, isolating Ashley Young. Arsenal's left-back was getting up there as well. Sometimes it was a 3v1 situation on that right-hand side for us. And I really thought it was down to Lukaku not coming back too often. But Herrera pulled out to that side, tried to give Ashley Young some cover. And again, that's where the goals come from. It's come down from that side, and the runner from the midfield, someone's got to be picking that up because it's happened too often for my liking in that first half.
Remember, subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner, get involved with the United Stand. We're live every game. We've got match reaction. We've got fan cams. We're live every night at 8 o'clock. There's loads to get involved with. So if you are new, please do subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. Mr. Johnson says, who do you think will bring on second half? We'll talk about that in a minute. And Red Baron says, whenever we have possession and control the game, Pogba shines. He's a dictator of the offensive midfield. If we get a good CDM, we would control more games. I think that's absolutely nail on the head. Doesn't suit Pogba when we're defending. We need We do need mobility in the CDM. I think Matic has done quite well, but we do need more mobility. And Aritra Bakshi says our fitness levels are nowhere near Arsenal's. Fear we will fade in the second half. That worries me a lot. Worries me a lot. Tommy King says, are you happy so far? I am happy so far, Marcus, but I'm also...
Yeah.
I think I'm more nervous than I was at 0-0 at the start of the game. I knew this game was going to be nervy. I kept, you at 2-0 were a bit like, oh, we'll be fine. Well, you didn't say that, to be fair, but you were like, oh, I can't wait for fan cams. But
yeah,
it was never going to be plain sailing. It's Arsenal at the end of the day. I can see this going 2-2, 3-2. I just don't know who to. But look, I'm very happy that we're winning 2-1. I think some of the performances have been brilliant. And this is just high-end football, isn't it? This is what happens if you switch off. We switch off, it's 2-1. 2-1 is a very, very dangerous score. You've got the advantage if you're in front, but obviously if they score again, they've got the momentum. So Ollie Jacob Hodge says first 40 was perfect, then United nodded off a bit. But let's go back to that thing from Mr. Johnson. Lukaku's our new right winger, says Matty Jones. Well, it might have solved the problem. But let's go back to that... the thing from Mr. Johnson, changes. We do have Martial and we do have Rashford. And you know what? I know Sanchez scored, but I don't think he's had a great game, to be fair. And I think Lukaku hasn't scored, but he's had a far more impactful game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you'd have to say with the two assists, he's been much more effective out on that right-hand side than I think Sanchez out on the left. Sanchez, for me, up against Nathan Miles, has got the easier of it, to be honest. He's come in, been thrown in at right back. And yeah, I think Sanchez should be doing a lot more down our left-hand side than what he has been doing. He should be attacking, pushing forward, push that lad back, because, the guy is nowhere to be seen. You can't track him. He doesn't know where he is. So the flanks for us are definitely a positive. They're definitely a plus. And with Arsenal having to chase the game now, you can only imagine chucking on the young boys, Rashford and Martial. Even if you put Lukaku through the middle, put them two lads on one either side, and I think Arsenal, they won't be able to deal with it. They really won't, because the pace of them will kill them.
Just watching the 99
on
BBC. You'll never get
fantastic,
a better game
isn't it?
I could spend hours talking about that game. I mean, Roy Keane sent off. We're down to 10 men. They've got a kick in the last minute, a penalty kick to knock us out. Yeah. They miss it. Goes into extra time with 10 men. Giggs scores an absolute worldie. It's just an amazing game. It must have been a terrible game for Arsenal to lose. But no, it was absolutely fantastic.
Ian Wright sat in the middle of them, not saying a word. But yeah, I mean, great memories, isn't it? Fantastic memories. The save from Schmeichel, the tackle that Phil Neville put on, I think it was Ray Parler, in the penalty area to give the penalty away, and Bergkamp misses it. Yeah, and the rest is history, as they say. Absolute fantastic season for us. And any team nowadays that would do that, it would be a great achievement for them. But fantastic, yeah. It's nice to have a trip down memory lane.
It is, but let's make new memories. I'm nervous, Marcus. Yep. I'm nervous, everybody at home, because that's just... Everybody watches football in a different way, don't they? Some people will be like, we're fine. We've got Martial, Rashford, we'll be fine. But I've watched so many games of football. A game can be... One half can be one half and one half can be another. And I think that's what worries me a little bit. And also, our fitness levels do tend to drop off a little bit. I don't see Ole pulling off Sanchez or Lukaku, says Adrian Garcia.
I think he will. I think he'll pull...
It's about fresh legs, isn't it? That's what it's about.
I think if one of them has to go, I think it would be... I'm going to say Sanchez, because he's been... Although he scored the goal, he's been the less effective out of the two. I honestly don't think Jesse works. Although he scored a goal, I don't think he's done much going through the centre at all. He's getting bullied off the ball. He can't win the headers. So, what else is there for him to do? I mean, a great goal, don't get me wrong, but I just think maybe Lukaku through the middle sometime in the second half, just to give the centre-backs something else to think about. They've got to use their strength. Lukaku can bully him, or at least try to. And then, you've got the pace out wide of Martial and Rashford, or at least one of them, to get to the byline like Arsenal have been doing to us. It's pretty effective for Arsenal to get down our flanks and get the ball across the face. So let's give them a taste of their own medicine, see how they like it.
Nikhil Katani says Ian Wright is a wanker. He hates it when he loses. I hate it when I lose. Does that make me a wanker as well? I mean, I can't have a problem with that. Lingard for Sanchez says Lamar. They're both on the same pitch, mate. You can't sub players that are already on it. Martial for Lingard would work. Yes, Duncan, that can work because he is a sub.
Yeah.
Armen says Sanchez is on the decline. Look, the main thing for me is that Sanchez has scored. I'll take that at the Emirates. I don't think he's had a great game, but he scored, and that's enough from me. I think Lukaku's had a great game, and he hasn't scored. I wouldn't say a great game. He's had a good game. Sebastian Anderson says we should bring on Delo for Young. Young is our weak spot at the moment. He is the weak spot. Ashley Young is the weak spot second half. We've got to give him some cover.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, again, Herrera's done the best job he can. Yeah, Herrera's been absolutely all over the place in that midfield, even filling in at right back and making a line of 5 when Arsenal have been attacking. So Herrera's been absolutely all over the place. So a bit of cover for Ashley would be nice. Maybe that means, Lukaku having to track back a little bit more than what he has been doing to help out. Or maybe just make the change and take Lukaku off and put Rashford at right. At least Rashford will give Ashley Young cover down that side as well. So a couple of things that Ollie needs to sort out. And I've got full confidence in the manager and this team to see the game out and get the result we need. I think the more Arsenal come forward, the more it plays into our hands. I really do. I think we've seen what we can do on the counter attack with what we've got out on the pitch at the minute. So I think it will only improve if the 2 young lads come on.
Let's just get this game won. We should bring on Delo for Young. Young is our weak spot. Yeah, I read that one overnight. Okay, so second half about to start. I think United just need to get their game face on again, switch on, keep the way they were playing in the first half, and they'll get the third goal because that's what it's going to be about now. It's all about the third goal. Deep breath again, everybody. I still feel nervous. I love it. This is what football's all about. But God, here we go. See you on the other side. Well, no, we're not going anywhere. But let's end it now. I'd take 2-1, but it's not going to end 2-1. I can guarantee you that. We're up and running. Second half is up and away, and Arsenal have kicked it off.
It's interesting. The next United manager is there watching as well.
Southgate.
This is a big off for both teams. It really is. There's a lot at stake here on this.
Well, it's more than a game, isn't it? It's momentum, it's confidence. We're on the same points in 5th place at the moment. So,
I mean, they're left back already.
It's a lovely ball out to Aubameyang.
Yeah, the left back is pushing Ashley Young back straight away. So Arsenal are going to come out absolutely flying.
Oh, bloody hell, they should have scored there. Again, sleeping at the back. Slow start from United, and Romero puts it over the bar.
Good save, yeah.
Too easy. Cross comes in, and it's Aaron Ramsey. What a save. What a save by Romero.
Great save.
Didn't give it justice in real time. That was bloody world class by him. De Gea makes that.
Absolutely fantastic. Corner comes in.
Throw in.
Hey. Aubameyang, mate, you ain't doing that. Not at all. But what a great save by Romero.
That's amazing, that save.
It's a bullet header. It's going in without a doubt. And he gets his hand to it over the bar. Fantastic save. Brilliant. Yeah. I mean, De Gea makes that save, like you said. It's, everyone's all over it. World class, everything.
Well, we need to wake up. It should be 2-2. It should be 2-2. We need to bloody wake up and sort it out. I think we're living off... our captain is the weakest player. That's not right. Herrera for captain, says B. Kraus. Well, it should be 2-2.
Herrera.
It should be 2-2.
Yeah.
It's only a fucking brilliant save. Gareth Southgate there, looking at Manchester United to see if he wants the job. XD, says Red Baron. Forget that.
Yeah.
If Anne says United are going to lose this game, they need to wake the F up quick.
I fancy United. Oh, great. That should be a foul, ref. Come on.
No, he's giving the throw to Arsenal.
No? I'd fancy United to get another one.
Well, Arsenal are starting this second half like I thought they'd start the first half. And look, again, where's the... Again, they're in on the flank again. It's too easy.
But, I'm just seeing them. I mean, I spoke about it. Lukaku, he's just walking. He's walking on that right-hand side. And they've got 3-on-2 there, look. Young, Herrera, and 3 Arsenal players. So it's got to be a tactic or something that Ollie's wants to try.
I'm worried about this. We've started off bloody terrible. They've got an overlap again on the left.
Yeah. Ashley Young's out there too long.
Well played,
or Luke Shaw. Bit of a risky header though by Shaw, playing it straight back into the danger zone.
I don't think it was a penalty, Oliver Lawton. I think it looked like a dive.
No, he's just got into it, hasn't he? Just...
Well, Arsenal are in the ascendancy at the moment. That's weak by Herrera. 2v1 again.
It's just...
Need to get hold of the bloody ball. It's just coming back and back. Here we go. Oh, Lingard, terrible. Imrano TV, legend has it that De Gea and Romero are the same person. They've never been seen in the same place at the same time. Oh, that was lucky. Good cross by Charlie Austin, and it's cleared.
Yeah. Pogba's a bit slow to get to him.
Hold the ball up.
They're trying to go quick, aren't they, United? This is the thing. That it looks like they're trying to rush now.
Yeah, just keep the ball.
Yeah.
Slow this down. Arsenal started off very well. Let's slow it down. Kill it for a couple of minutes. This is good.
It's almost like, the start of the Chelsea game they had. And hopefully United learn from that and just play a bit of keep ball for a few minutes. But I mean, again, who's it going into?
Lingard to Pogba. Oh, go forward. Don't go backwards. We're not on Mourinho's team. Too slow. You're right, Ollie.
As we lose the ball, as soon as it goes... Yeah, come on, ref. Go on, Jesse. Give him a slap. Go on. Out of the way, Bent.
Charlie Austin.
Oh, Charlie Austin, yeah.
I've got to be careful about that. He'll probably score 2 goals and knock us out.
He was the French Darren Bent, though, at one point, wasn't he?
I think some people do call him the French Darren Bent, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right, Ashley Young's looking out to the left there, look. Just plant it. You got 2 men out on the left. You got 4 tall lads on the right. Matic.
Offside. Offside from a bloody free kick. I'll never understand how you do that, but there you go.
They need to play FIFA more and just play it to the front man. Seems to work on there. But United definitely started off quite slow. Not come out of the blocks yet. Still in the changing rooms for me.
Yeah, we're not getting hold of the ball.
No. Even Pogba, a bit of a ball touch there.
We've got to wake up, says Sophie. I agree. This is almost like I predicted the game would start in the first half. We're just a bit Arsenal with the momentum, and we're just a little bit slow. And that's good
Sanchez,
play by
well
Sanchez.
in.
Well
Yeah.
done.
He gives it. Yeah, there we go. Right. 4v5. Come on then, lads. 5v5. Herrera's free. Look, smacked on the edge of the box there. Pogba.
It's got to be a foul.
Go on, Pogba.
Oh, he doesn't give it. You're a wanker,
Come
ref.
on.
You're a fucking wanker. Why would you go down?
There's
There's no advantage for him to go down, you prick. Absolute prick of a ref. Watch them score now. They are going to score as well. Look. Disgrace. Well done, Ashley Young.
Go on, Ashley. Yes. What a joke, man.
He's a prick. What a knobhead. Why would Pogba go down there? I'd have to see it again. Maybe he got it right. But he'd rode the tackle. I think he goes down because the tackle sort of slows him down. Here we go. Lukaku. Good first touch.
Right. Yeah.
It will do. Come on. We look like we're playing in the last minute here. Where's the bloody...
I see Pogba there, look, trying to hit the ref with that crossfield ball.
And I go, oh yes, go on, Young.
Oh,
he needs something.
Across the face.
That was a horrible cross from Young.
Yeah, can't do nothing with that, Lukaku, unfortunately.
It's so low, it's basically his groin. He ain't going to catch bait there. Defending. What's that? That's not a good ball, Romero. That's not a good ball.
That's
well
all
to
right.
pass it out though. Play a simple pass.
Oh, yeah. There was a pass on to Jesse just inside Ashley Young there. Yeah, United under a bit of pressure, being pushed back. Come on, Ashley,
Arsenal do look a bit more likely at the moment.
Only good thing is so far it's only Aubameyang that's in the box. Everyone else is playing outside of the box. Come on, Pereira shouldn't be doing that.
Terrible. Who's that? Matic.
Yeah, gone completely the wrong way. Pogba, get rid of it. Come on. Here we go.
That's
Lukaku
good. That's
just
good.
overtouched it.
Here we go. Come on. Pogba on the drive.
3 against 2.
3v2. You're going to have to be quicker. That's
Pogba,
got
come on,
to be
run.
a foul. Yellow card.
Sake ref, come on. How many more?
Koscielny, yellow card. I think Pogba does the right thing there. He just works the foul. Good play.
Yeah,
Finally a foul, says haha banter. We needed that.
Just bans.
It's a shame we haven't got Mata on the pitch for this.
Yeah, perfect opportunity for him within range, but you know what? I wouldn't. Maybe Sanchez, Lukaku suits a left footer.
Oh, God. As if Lukaku's going to score a free kick.
I know, but I'm just thinking of the left foot, Mark. That's all. Maybe if he just
He's going to
belts
hit
it
it.
into,
Bloody hell.
yeah, just let him fucking belt it.
Please. I wouldn't put a tenner on this, let alone my mortgage. I think this is Ashley Young territory. I do. Up and over the wall.
Get ready to catch it, mate, when it goes over. Sanchez is there as well. I don't fancy Sanchez to take it.
Terrible. What the fuck?
Oh, yeah.
As if Lukaku's going to score a fucking free kick. I mean, come on. I know you've got 2 assists, mate, but it ain't bloody Christmas. It's a terrible free kick. What the fuck? What? Whose idea was it to let him take a free kick? I mean, I tell you what, he's had a good game, but that's dream, that is. You got Young and Sanchez who can whip it round the wall, and he has it wasn't even a left footer free kick.
Oh, I think that favours the left foot there, that one, mate.
Not if it's on the end of Lukaku's leg.
Oh. Well, I didn't say whose left foot. Oh, he's chopped him down there. It's Aaron Ramsey. Got away with that.
Only 10 minutes of this half gone. And it's squeaky
Well, it's
bum
gone by.
City.
It's flown by for me.
Do you think? Oh, for me, it feels
I
like
think
we're
that,
going
yeah.
for 20.
See, now, I think the reason why you're nervous is because you could be worried about taking an L from someone.
No. I don't give a shit about that. Because at the end of the day, you can't control when you're not on the pitch. When I was on the pitch, we won. So I can control that. But
Lukaku's done something here. He's at Koscielny. Something's happened to him. I saw him lean back into him, but didn't see much else. Yeah, there's a long ball up to Lukaku. He got it.
no, I think his foot went on his face.
Oh, yeah, accidental. You can't tell where his face is behind him.
Ooh, it is a bit nasty.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Nearly
Stud
took
in
his
the
ear
ear.
off.
Yeah. Well, been there. Jeez. Someone else is getting stripped and ready, I saw there on the Arsenal bench.
Why is Phil Jones warming up, says Pradney? No, don't worry, we don't want him coming on.
Like mine.
In fact, Marcus, I'm just going to
Yeah, mate.
for a quick waz while this is happening, because I think they'll be patching him up for a few minutes. I'll see you.
Yeah. Yes, all right, mate. No worries. Get some comments. Bring Phil Jones on, says Khalid. We don't need him yet. Looks like my him. Take them. Thank goodness it wasn't his eye, says guess who? Not just any stud. It's a Lukaku stud, says Adam. You might end up getting a tattoo of it now. Get an outline round on it. Ozil's stripped and ready to come on. Interesting to see. I mean, that's probably the only sort of impact Arsenal can have from the subs bench. It did look nasty, to be honest, but it is purely accidental. Imrano TV, thanks for your contribution, mate. He says, Lukaku miscontrolled Koscielny's head. That's a good one. Oh, Jared, how we doing? Niall Dawson says, hi, Marks from Ireland. Rob Bance, my man. We need Rashford, says Temper Fusion. I would say Rashford probably in the last 20 minutes. I'd even chuck Martial on as well. I think the pace. Mark's just gone to the toilet. Don't worry. He'll be coming back. Yeah, I think the pace of Rashford and Martial on the flanks will absolutely cause damage. They're going to have to stitch him up, surely. That's absolutely oozing out of him. Great content as ever, says Yao Nasita. I shall tell Mark that. Pogba is a bit slow today, says Teot99. He's not had the best game, but I think he's done okay. Done okay. ISO, you're right. Sub Jones for Koscielny. Who's that? Monreal getting warmed up now down the touchline. That is a nasty one, though, for Koscielny. That is a nasty one. Martial left, Sanchez middle. Could be. Would you keep Lukaku on the right-hand side, though? All right.
All this does is just add on
a
load of extra time at the end.
And Hicko 11. Can I get a shout out? There you go, mate. There you go. So Ozil stripped and ready to come on, Mark, and Monreal is stripped and ready to come on. I think Koscielny, they're going to. It's absolutely gushing, mate. To me, just now, it looked like they couldn't stop it bleeding, but it seems to have steadied a bit. He's got a stud mark around his actual ear hole, where it looks like a hole, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's just
it just will not stop. Do you want a bit of a story?
Well, if you want,
it's not a very nice one. Well, it's not a very nice one. But where that blood is coming out of him, behind where all the back of the ear is, that's where I had to have my ear cut, and it just flapped over my eyes. So, yeah, bit of information for you. Not pleasant, but it's something. But yeah, that hole is right near the, what do you call it, like the lobe bit? Isn't it? Yeah. And I think you got a couple of contributions from Red Baron to read out when you get a chance. I read out a blue one.
Mad Marcus sounds like a great laugh. Would love a drink with him. There you go.
There was another one as well from Red Baron, just as you came back.
Get Young out and put Dalot in. Young is out of form, says Pradnia.
So I think there's going to be a fair bit of added time, only, towards the end of the game. Had the stoppage in the first half, and now we got this one in the second half. Seems to have taken up a good 5-6 minutes so far.
Yeah, we basically don't listen to the clock because it's wrong. We probably only had about 55 minutes, really.
It's going to be interesting now from an Arsenal point of view because, what with Monreal coming on and Ozil, that's it. That's all they've got. We've still got our 3 subs because obviously they made the sub in the first half with Mustafi, wasn't it?
Up now.
Well, I mean, Monreal and Ozil, they were both ready to come on, I think, just before the injury. Ozil definitely was. Jesus. Fair play to him. Yeah. That looked to me like a hell of a hole. Oh, yeah. Look at it. You can't play on like that. One whack on the jaw or anything accidental, an elbow or an arm throw, that one.
It looks like they're giving him stitches on the pitch.
Yeah.
Off. He's coming off.
Yeah, he's got to come off. That's so painful.
I feel for him.
Just,
Yeah, I
yeah.
know we want to win this game, but and let's be honest, Lukaku, that's got to be about 15 stone going through your bloody your jaw.
Yeah.
He's lost a lot of blood. He's be light on his head as well.
I mean, yeah, I can say from experience as well. What I've had done, the pain you need, the pain that goes through your ears, and the vibrations. There's no way you'd be out ahead of a ball. No way.
They're probably better off without him, aren't they?
Well, I hate to say it, but again, it's another injury that helps us in this game, and obviously helps us with the race for the top four as well. Because I mean, he is one of their main centre backs as well.
Yeah, DT's anger management counsellor says that 100 kilograms of Lukaku with studs on, not going to end well. So Guendouzi's coming on now. He's coming on for Koscielny, I think, and Iwobi is coming on off for Azale. So,
so
they lose
Monreal
a bit of pace, but they gain a bit of creativity.
Yeah, Monreal was running up and down the touchline, so change of formation for Arsenal.
Yeah, Monreal can keep running. He ain't going to get on, is he? Because they've used their 3 subs now, haven't they?
Yeah, so probably I would say 3-5-2 now.
So I think we're going to have at least probably 10 minutes added on as
10.
it is.
Yeah, definitely. Game's back up and underway.
That pass from Lukaku was too clever.
Again,
He should have just played the simple pass there.
But a little bit more pace on it. Sanchez would have had that.
How was that there, throw-in?
I think it was deflected off Luke Shaw as he got kicked out.
Must have been. Mark
But we're still winning.
8-minute delay. There you go. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. Bottom right hand corner. Should have said that during the delay, really, because we're back up and running now.
And we've well and truly surpassed 355,000. On the road to 356,000. Only 105 short. 104.
There you go. That's Lukaku's on that.
Here we go. See, now he should out-bully Xhaka there without a problem.
That's a terrible ball again.
What is that, man?
That's the trouble with Lukaku. He can do good things, but it's 50-50 what he's going to do. It's either going to be a brilliant pass or a shit one. And he's done 2 shit ones in the last 3 minutes. We need and a crucial point in the game as well. We need to... The next goal's massive. The good thing is that with Iwobi going off, I think they'll lose a bit of pace.
Yeah, Mata's warming up. I've just seen there.
Mata?
And I think that's Rashford down there I just saw.
Well done, Lindelof.
Whoever it is down there, Mark, I worry because it looks like they got the pink boots on.
It better not be Phil Jones.
It's not Phil Jones, mate. It's not Phil Jones. It definitely isn't Phil Jones. It looked to me like Rashford.
Oh, Lukaku's thick. He can't read the through ball there. Pogba's tricked everybody and tricked Lukaku. It was a lovely ball.
Since Arsenal's gone to 3 at the back, it's working for us when we're attacking. We got a hell of a lot more space there now.
Well, Aubameyang's actually come up against Young.
Yes, that was definitely Rashford down there, warming up. Ramsey with a shot. Well over.
To be honest, I'd take Sanchez off. I think he's gone very, very quiet.
He's not been involved in the second half, has he?
Well, Miguel Garcia says Martial should come on for Lingard, have Sanchez play as a false 9 and Lingard as a winger.
I was just going to say Lingard should come off as well. I've not seen him involved in the second half. Hopefully Romero just hoosts this down. No, he's going to play it out from the back. Oh, all right, they're not pressuring. That's all right. Oh, get up, man. Get up. Come on. Yeah, you know what's happening now. Arsenal are going to hit the floor like a ton of bricks. They're going to try and con the ref to get the free kicks all the time.
Well, I still think Arsenal have got the momentum. I think we've not played that well this half.
Well, since Arsenal made the change, we've had some decent opportunities. To be fair, it's just a shame that the pass has been a little bit too heavy or too short.
Booking Young now for a deliberate yellow.
Oh, you know what? I think, yeah. You normally tell by a player, don't it, when they just look to the floor. It just says, I'm guilty.
He's the weak spot, you know, whether you like him or not. He is the weakness, and they've exploited him all bloody game. And now he's on a yellow card as well, which means that he can't even bloody put a tackle in. And he's the captain as well. I mean, I don't know why he wears the bloody captain's armband.
Going to be an outswinger.
Well, that should have been two.
Should have been 2 all.
Cross.
Yeah, good ball in. Who was out on the back post? Or Bamiyang, I think it was.
Sanchez just doesn't hold the ball up.
He runs into trouble, doesn't he, Mark?
Yeah,
he runs down blind alleys.
Runs into trouble.
He just doesn't know where he wants to go with the ball this second half. Lingard, check.
There's a goal on the break for United if they just box clever, but the thing is, who's going to score first? If they score, then they've got the momentum. If we can get the one on the break, then we kill the game. But we're just not being clever when we break. We're getting chances to break.
Come on, Herrera, put your foot in. It's only Ozil.
But it's all down our right-hand side.
Yeah. Mata's not even warming up now. He's just standing there watching. Come on, Mata.
What? To be honest, though, we did this against Brighton. What does Juan Mata do for you in a game where you're going to hit someone on the break and you want to defend?
Yeah.
It's not a game for Mata, is it?
No, not really.
Pogba's driving with the ball really well from the midfield. And Guendouzi should get a yellow card for that. I meant Martial for Sanchez, holds the ball up better. Lukaku, he's going backwards now. Come on, there's men on the overlap. Move the ball quicker.
Look at Matic. There's 3 over there. Too slow. Look at the back post, Lukaku. Oh, man. 2 on the back post there. Jesse and Lukaku, completely free. Luke Shaw's kept that in. I thought he was going to let that go, to be honest.
It's good play. Eric Bayes.
He's so calm, isn't he? He is so calm on the ball.
Sebastian Anderson says, Jesus, I'm so goddamn nervous. We just need that third goal. The goal's there. The goal's there for Arsenal as well. It's who's going to get the goal. That's the thing. There's definitely going to be a goal. It's just who's going to get the next one. We could get it on the break if we're a bit clever. Late off to Herrera. Sanchez. Again, he loses it. Fucking get hold of the ball, Sanchez.
Herrera,
he looks like a fish that lives in the 80s. Says Tiny Area 75. I'd get Sanchez off. Here we go. This is the sub we want.
Here we go. Martial,
Rashford time.
Here we go.
Here we go.
So who's that? 9 and 10.
Lukaku and...
Lukaku, yeah. But Lukaku's off for Rashford. Fair play at Lukaku. I think first half, he did okay for me. Second half, again, he's dropped off. But I think that's to do with Arsenal having plenty of possession on the ball.
This is where we should go and win the game now. With these 2 on the break, this is where we should. This was what we spoke about before the game. If we're in the game with 20 minutes to go, you can bring these 2 on and kill it.
So it goes for the original Ollie's preferred front 3 then. So Lingard's going right, Martial's going left, Rashford up through the middle. So hopefully they'll isolate the defence now, 1v1.
Well, and it's again, pure pace and flair, isn't it? It's my 2 favourite players. It's the edge of the seat players.
You fancy them to do the job, so...
Lukaku and Sanchez, to be fair, they've done their bit.
Yeah, I mean, Sanchez scored a goal. Lukaku's got 2 assists. Lukaku not playing in his preferred position. You'd have to say what he's contributed to the game in terms of the assists for the goals. He's done fairly well. But overall, he's been a bit hit and miss. Hit and miss for me. Not really involved on that right hand side. Apart from, like I say, the assist. Herrera chasing, that's Matic chasing down.
Lingard, you got to track back. For God's sake.
What is it? What?
Well done, Martial.
Yep.
Oh, there's a slip. What a save by Romero from Charlie
Great
Austin.
Save. And Lindelof gets it away. Pogba, can you keep it in?
Oh, come on, Rashford, get your game on.
Oh, I'll tell you what. If he'd got that touch right, Lingard was through. Come on, Pogba, you got a track as well. Matic.
They're cutting us apart at the moment. I do not like this. Too easy from Arsenal.
Ball crossed.
Fucking hell! What are we passing out from there for, Herrera?
Yeah.
Get the bloody game going! What are you doing, you lazy bastards?
I think that was Matic, mate, trying to get rid of it there.
Yeah, it's just we're switching off. We've not come out for this. This is the same United. This isn't Ollie's fault. This is bloody Mourinho for having us such a lazy bastard team for 3 years. We just can't get our fitness levels up.
Good
Can't
save
get our
from there,
fitness
right?
levels up, and we fade in games all the time at the moment. It's massive Achilles heel. Rashford and Martial just need to get into the game a bit. Their touch is a bit off because they've just come on, obviously. But
Well, I fancy them with a ball over the top to get on the end of it and force a save from Czech.
here's Martial.
So this will be
Nobody
interesting
with him.
now. No, but it's only Nathan Miles there. Go on, man. Run at him. See what he's got. Pogba, that's a foul. Come on. Right?
He's holding on to the ball too. Look, that's a foul. Book Lacazette.
Come on. That's a yellow now. That's the second one. He's done one on Jesse as well. That's the second one like that. Nowhere near the ball.
Martial into the box. Oh,
Cutback was on.
that should be a corner. Throw in. Well, there's still about half an hour to go in this game. It says 74 minutes, but we've had a good 8 minutes of stoppage time, so there's still a long way to go in this. One thing's for sure, I don't know what you lot think at home, I cannot see this staying 2-1.
I fancied yesterday. I put a tweet out. I fancy 3-2 United.
Oh, I predicted 3-1 United.
I thought this was going to be a good open game. You know, two good teams going at it. Go on, Jesse,
The
get
ref's
up.
been shit.
Ref,
this
come
game.
on.
And he's booked
Why is
Lingard.
it?
Ref's an absolute Arsenal wanker.
I think that'll probably be the next sub for me. Lingard to come off and get someone in the centre of midfield to. He's got hold of his leg. Look, how's that a foul for Arsenal? Come on, fuck.
He's gave us
Good
sod
goals.
all in this game.
Yeah.
You've almost had to be fouled twice to get a foul.
Well, I think the one that Pogba had on him outside the box, you know, I think that was a foul, definitely.
God.
This right-hand side,
I'm surprised we
everything
haven't sorted
they're
this
doing.
right hand side
Yeah.
out, actually. It's been so obvious, and you know, if they do end up scoring from it, then you'd have to say that's a lovely ball by Pogba.
yeah, Rashford is on his
Come on,
way. Look,
go, move.
look at Rashford. Too slow again. Come on, Martial, you can do him. Go on.
And again, Pogba wants it. Pogba. Martial, that's not good enough. That's not good enough. That's shit from Martial. Pissing about. Right, you got it back now. Stop messing about.
All right, go, boy, run at them. 1v1.
He's holding on to the ball. That's twice. That's bloody shit, Martial. Fucking hell.
And he's saying to Pogba there, look, come back. Release it quicker, kid. Come on.
That is shit from Martial twice. Not good enough. Not good enough. My favourite player, but that's shit. We can't be doing that. He had passes easy, both occasions, and he's holding on to the ball for too long. And they win the ball back, and then it's momentum. Not good enough. Easy, simple passes.
Well, so United have changed formation here. They've gone 4-5-1 without the ball.
But yeah, but they're bypassing the 4-5-1 easy
Yeah.
enough, aren't they?
Well, I mean, Lingard, look, he should be... Come on, Lingard. He looks tired, you know, Jesse. He's just standing there on the corner of the box. Look, he even looked at Ramsey on the edge.
That's good.
Finally
play by
got it,
Lingard.
yeah. There we go, goal kick. That's better.
He'd be knackered, Lingard. He will be knackered.
He is. Look
Done
at
a
him.
lot
Look,
of
he's
running.
blowing. He is blowing.
But what you got on the bench that you can put on the right-hand side, Link Matter would be a nightmare.
Well, I mean...
Well, we do look... Robbie Stones is right. We look knackered because we just haven't got the fitness levels. And that's the legacy of Mourinho. I'm sorry. 3 years of being a lazy bastard team. You can't change it in a month.
I think for me, you'd have to bring Matter on there and just say, look, just make a nuisance of yourself out on that right-hand side. Just get your body in the way of whatever comes down there.
I'll tell you what, I think Pogba's been brilliant the second half.
Oh, great ball, Rashford.
Was he off? He was offside.
Oh, fuck.
I think Pogba's been superb this second half. I really do.
I think he's had his moments. I wouldn't agree with you saying he's been absolutely,
I just think the way he's got hold of the ball and took control of it and carried it. He's been like, if he was a rugby player, he's got hold of, he's given us yards when we've needed it. He's took the pressure off the back four, and I think that is massively important when we're under the cosh really.
Yeah, certainly have been under pressure for the last 15 minutes. As long as Arsenal, I'll say again, it's fucking right hand side, man. What?
Good tackle, Bay.
Yeah, great tackle.
Again, lost the ball there. Good tackle, Luke Shaw. Brilliant tackle, Luke Shaw on Lacazette.
See Bay going in there as well with a sliding tackle.
Luke Shaw, don't be injured, mate. And it's an offside. It's a cracking tackle by Luke Shaw, this, because Lacazette can really pull the trigger. Good tackle.
Yeah.
I think Luke Shaw's had a good game. I do.
Yeah. I think apart from the Arsenal goal where, I think he switched off, I think the whole back line has had a decent game. Ashley Young, not so good, but I think Bailly and Lindelof have been rock solid. I think they've shown tonight, especially so far, while they should be the starting centre-backs for United.
Yeah, you'd be a lot more nervous if old Calamity Pink Boots was
well,
on the bench.
you stick Jones in there. Even if Smalling was in there, Mark, to be honest, I wouldn't be as confident as I am now, with them. I just think that those two, they've always got a mistake in them. Phil Jones, as we know, has got a mistake in him. Chris Smalling, as we know, likes to tug on the shirts of players on set pieces and stuff. Always at risk for a penalty.
Big C says he wasn't nervous till now. I know what you mean, mate. I just love us to get the third goal, but Lindelof's been very good save. You're right. We look knackered, says AJ. It was always going to happen. We have to speak about fitness for United. I think for the next month or so, because we're just not going to sort our fitness out overnight. It's going to take time.
Good thing for Arsenal when they get possession at the back, they're trying to play from the back. It's not that quick ball forward that the other teams would play, like City or Liverpool. They're trying to pass their way through, and to give them credit, it is working down our right hand side. I think Ollie. What are we 80?
Pogba again, you see yardage. This is what.
Yeah, he's
about.
picking it up. Yeah,
this could be it.
Run with the ball out.
Martial
Rashford's off. Rashford's
Martial
gone on the right.
Yes! Come on! Come on! How do you like those apples? 3-1, Martial, it's Pogba driving from deep, he shoots, check, palms it out, and Martial's there with the lube it up DT, we're coming through, 3-1 Manchester United, have some of that, I said 3-1 as well, whew. Marcus, take it away, fantastic. Man, play that tune.
Absolutely fantastic. We spoke about the impact these young lads would have with the pace and the injection of the flair they've got. They've come on. You got Martial bombing left, Rashford bombing right. I thought the pass was on to Rashford there, but Pogba went for himself. Check. that's all he can do with it as a
it's
keeper.
a good shot. I mean, I think Pogba has absolutely been superb. I said it before, and I'm so glad to be proved right. I said 3-1 in the preview, and I said Pogba's been absolutely superb in this game. He's just driven. There's not many midfielders in world football who can do that. He's driven from his own half so many times this second half. I tell you what, Ollie's turning him to that. I mean, Martial can't miss that, but it's all about Pogba.
That's something we spoke about as well. Before kickoff, a lot of teams you don't want. A lot of these big teams now, you don't want to see Pogba with the ball running at the defence when you got them two young lads on either flank running at you as well. It scares the absolute shit out of teams because they don't know whether to go for him or keep pulling back off of them. And of course, they didn't go towards the ball. The Arsenal defence, they stood back, and the end result, good shot. And a great goal by Martial. Fantastic.
It's not over yet. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. There's still probably 20 minutes left, so it's not over yet. We need to keep that 2-goal gap now. We need to be clever. It could go 4-1, Marcus, really, because they'll go for it. It could go 4.
The results, you got to say, Woodward's putting the obstacles in front of him with the Premier League fixtures and Ollie's jumping over him. I think the Spurs or Rashford's having a row here with someone. Here we go.
I don't know what's happening here. Look at Xhaka. Someone smack Xhaka.
Go on.
Come on, it's DT and Goldbridge again. Come on, let's have it. Come on. Get in there, Lingard. Go for it, Jesse. AFTV versus United stand again. Massive. Come on. Have some of that. Up those. 3-1. 3. And Lingard's giving it to the crowd as well. Shh. Sit down. Sit down, you B-Tech Leighton Orient. You're shit. You're absolutely shit. Shut up. Get out of his face. He hasn't even done anything wrong. You Bosnian Darmian prick. Get stuffed.
That's it. I mean, the mum's just saying here, mate, this is the United of old. Here we go. Let's squaring up to him. Oh, do you know what? He's lent his head in.
Yeah, no, Rashford's stupid. He's done it before, but the Bosnian Darmian did it to him as well.
Yeah.
Oh, look.
Yeah, I mean,
they both did it.
There, Rashford. Yeah, but look,
yeah,
Kolasinac, he puts his head in.
Yeah,
and Rashford,
he's done that before.
To him, just turns around. VAR review here.
Yeah, well, it's yellow card for both, isn't it?
Yeah, I think, do you know what? I think
you
Jesse
could give them both a red for that.
I think Jesse might get something there as well for inciting the crowd.
Midget says DT has PTSD. Mark will teach him a lesson again. I don't even listen to the guy. He starts gobbing off and he just gives himself an L these days. I mean, what's this all about? Well, we're going to give it. Shut up.
Oh. Yeah.
But there's still time. Last time we were 2-0 up. It's still time.
I think... you know what? I think with the VAR, the FA won't be able to do nothing once the game's finished because surely they would have checked the Lingard incident with the crowd with the VAR thing.
Dracula AF says AFTV and chill tonight. DT will take the L. It's the way we like it on the United stand. You mess with us, you get sat down. Simple as that. But United. It was 2-1. It was all about that next goal, Marcus, really, wasn't it? It was never going to stay 2-1. It was about whether Arsenal could score or whether we could hurt him on the break. And to be honest, I think we should have hurt him on the break before that. I think Pogba's been making them runs all off. And I think that substitution just worked a treat.
Yeah, it did. I mean, we did say, didn't we, before the game and at half-time that the pace of the young lads coming on, it strikes fear into any team, mate. You see
Phil
that
Jones.
on the bench. Oh, no.
What's he coming on for?
No.
For Lingard.
Well, do you know what? I'd agree with that. Not necessarily Phil Jones, but I'd agree with taking Jesse off. I think he's played his part tonight, and he was blowing a bit a few minutes ago. And I think, the ruck with the crowd there, whatever happened on the sidelines, take him off just in case. Heat of the moment, anything can happen. So, last thing we want is for the game to be spoiled now with a red card. So, someone threw something. Look, There we go. That's why. Someone from the Arsenal crowd threw something at him. Chucking stuff. Fucking disgusting. Disgusting. Even Ashley had a go with him back, but awful. Wouldn't surprise me if it was that guy that threw the coin. But Arsenal coming forward. So Phil Jones, the sub. Yeah, the change has been made. Jones is in there. So Jones has come out to the right hand side here.
It's tactical, isn't it? It's just to close them off.
Yeah, but he's inside. Ashley Young looks like he's going to be playing he's playing as literally a right winger here, and Phil Jones has gone to right back. Which, to be fair to Ollie, it makes sense. Ashley Young is naturally a right winger. They're both right-footed players as well, so good tactical change, I think, by Solskjaer there. That's where the danger's been coming all game. Come on, Matic. There we go, Pogba. Great skill. Oh, unlucky. But Arsenal now going down the left-hand side. Luke Shaw can deal with that, well done, Shaw. Lacazette certainly knows he's been in for a game tonight.
Yeah. We just need to ride out. I'm interested to see how long he's going to add on, because it could be bloody ages, to be honest with you.
Yes. I mean,
could be 10 minutes. I reckon there could be 10 minutes.
I reckon 7 or 8 is going to be added on. But again, I mean, yeah, take that incident into consideration as well. 2-3 minutes. Yeah, probably about 10. 64% possession of Arsenal, 36 United. Matic in again. Go on, Pogba, get out there, close it down. Hey. And that's what the pressure does, forces Arsenal into making mistakes.
Their heads will drop now. They've got no backbone. They're jelly babies.
Yeah, I think when they see 10 minutes, I don't think that's enough, to be perfectly honest.
Do you think it should be longer?
No, I meant I don't think it'll be enough for Arsenal to get back in it.
Well, it was 4 minutes was long enough for Man City to score 2.
But the thing is, Mark, we're playing Ollie ball, aren't we? That's the thing. We're playing Ollie's way.
Pass out the back from Lindelof there. And it's a long ball for Rashford, and he's it. Ooh, check. Had to be good off the line there. Well done. But Pogba's on it as well. I think Pogba's been magnificent, and that was a yellow card for Guendouzi.
I'll tell you what, I think I didn't think he started off the second half particularly well, but since the injury, he's took the game by the scruff of the neck. He's been involved in everything, and like you said there, the running forward, picking the ball up from the back. Oh, that's quite late. He did get yellow for that, didn't he? Surely.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. I'm still nervous now. I'm still nervous now. That's why I've gone a little bit quiet, because there's still time. Martial into the box. It's not gone for a corner. Could have done that for going for a corner. Still 10 minutes to go. Well, 7, 8.5. But United.
I think United are doing well.
Pogba again.
They're doing well.
You got to book him.
Jesus, come on.
French Charlie Austin. You're just a French Charlie Austin. French Charlie Austin. And you're going to go in the book. Write his name down. Charlie. He's got to go in the book for that. That's 3 fouls.
How he's not got away with not having a yellow.
The ref just can't be asked because he's shit.
Do you know what? If I was a United player there, I'd take the piss. I'd just sit and play it in the corner now, to be honest.
Wind them up.
Yeah.
Well, we are.
Sit there, do a couple of step overs in the corner. Just give it a Pogba in there. Just keep the ball. Just go back to. Oh, do you know what? Romero made a couple of decent
that
saves
save
in the
at the start of the second
as well.
half.
Yeah,
because that was 2-2, wasn't it? Let's be honest.
yeah. And then the Lacazette one as well. Who's that? Luke Shaw's in here.
Yeah,
Cross.
he's been good as well.
Yeah, I think it's been a great game. Still feeling nervous, mate?
I will do until we get 3 minutes to go. It's not a never over till it's over, is it? I mean, we're not. Whatever happens, we're not getting beat, are we? We're going to get a replay at best. But that's a cracking tackle by Pogba. Gets the ball.
Great tackle. Absolute great tackle. No way should he get a card for that.
Well, soak it up, because if this is going to be the result which we think it's going to be, it is significant, and it's what we didn't put our best team out as well, which I always said that would be the best thing if we could win this game, is that Arsenal haven't got their best team out. Phil Jones has messed up again here.
Well, Bamiyang, come on, Phil. Get at him.
Good run, Ashley.
Yeah.
He's found the wing. Here's Rashford. And that's a foul. Soak it up. Breathe it in. Inject it in my veins.
Yeah, they're just playing dirty now, aren't they? Should be another yellow, surely. Bit cynical, that one from Xhaka. Nowhere near the ball. Just sticks his leg out. Stop him. Don't know. You think they try and play clean when you're trying to chase the game. See, their fans look happy, don't they? Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait for the fan cams. We can say that now. I can't wait for the fan cams.
I think it's been a very, very strong performance from United. They've soaked up pressure well. The organisation has been really good. Coming down this left-hand side, Luke Shaw's got it. Martial's free. Rashford's come inside. Herrera's there. Rashford, miles away.
I think Paul Pogba's just been so good tonight, though.
He has done well, like I say. I mean, I thought, he was decent in the first half. Man of the match, Lukaku.
Fucking what?
Jesus, what are they watching?
Man of the match, Lukaku. Man of the match, Lukaku.
Who picks that for the BBC? Jesus.
I'm going to have to tweet that.
What game were they watching? I think there's a choice of 5 for me. Pogba being one. I think Herrera's had a decent game. I don't know what that's all about.
It's a joke. Absolute joke.
Yeah. 2 centre-backs have had a good game as well. I think Luke Shaw's had a good game.
Yeah, I think Herrera's been good as well.
Yeah.
You can't give it to Lukaku. That's just sentiment. I mean, come on. I mean, he hasn't had a bad game. I'm not saying he's had a bad game, but he hasn't been man of the match. That's pure banter, that is.
Herrera on the right-hand side here. Into Rashford, back Herrera. So we got
Red Baron says that
3
Rashford
minutes
reminds
left.
him of Messi. He did get 2 assists. Yeah, but you don't... That's the bullshit that people used to talk about Fellaini, because Fellaini scores a goal and he gets 8 out of 10. Just because you score a goal... I didn't think Sanchez had a very good game, for example. I didn't really think he had a good game. He got a goal. Very, very happy he did. But I don't think Sanchez had a very good game for United. He gave the ball away a lot in the second half. And that's what I mean. Just because you have a bloody get a couple of assists doesn't mean it's giving a penalty.
No way. That's handball by Lacazette, surely.
Somebody handles this. Good crossing by Guendouzi.
I thought Lacazette handballed that, to be honest.
Yeah, Lacazette handballed.
Yeah. Oh, fucking hell. And he pushed Shaw onto the post. Jesus.
Another stoppage.
You know what, that Emery, mate, he's got very, very cynical eyes, hasn't he? No remorse in his face at all.
All right, Marcus. Don't need to character assassinate. The cap will be coming out from a match reaction, by the way. I've not forgotten. Fucking calling me a mug, you prick.
Go on, Goldbridge, tell him.
I will, don't worry. I'll wait. My revenge is always cold and sweet. And, I don't start gobbing off before I shoot facts. Well, it's nearly empty. So, fan cams, we're meant to be getting Arsenal Fan TV on our fan cams. I'll be interested to see if they do turn up. Hopefully they will do. But we'll certainly be doing our match reaction, which you can see.
Ramiro's going to take the free kick out there, is it? Yeah. Just waste a bit of time. Do you know what? I think so far it's great to see the management team on the sidelines there in the dugout, all smiling. Instead of seeing that solemn face down there, kicking water bottles and shit like that. All right, 30 seconds to go. The stadium, apart from the United fans in the away end, is literally empty.
So who's your man of the match, Marcus? Because I can definitely breathe a sigh of relief now.
Well, I mean, I think you'll go Pogba myself, but I'm going to go Herrera. I think he's been really good.
It's been there's a lot of things I want to say. I'll keep that for the match reaction, but I just think it's been magnificent from Manchester United tonight.
I think great. We were the underdogs. A lot of people had Arsenal as the favourites in this game.
You are. Have some of that. Get that lube out.
Absolutely fantastic from the boys tonight, and well deserved. They had Ollie stuck to his game plan, even in the second half. Brought Martial Rashford on, killed the game off, which we touched on at half time, and it worked a treat. Absolutely worked a treat, and well done to him. I think if this game was played under the ex-manager, we'd have been looking at being out tonight, to be honest. But fair play to Ollie. Fair play to Ollie. He's got this team playing. He's got them playing the right way. And 9 from 9.
Well, thanks for coming on, pal. I'm going to do the match reaction. The link is in the video description. Join me over there. The cap will be appearing. There'll be a few home truths, so join me for that. Link in the video description. I'll see you in about 30 seconds on there. But thanks for coming on, pal.
No worries, mate. Pleasure as always. See you later, everyone.
Speak to you all in about 30 seconds' time. Match reaction, 3-1, cash back.